We open in a well-lit laboratory, come basement, come carriageway. There is a well-adorned Duergar, male, huge beard, very stocky, and he's tinkering away with some enormous carriage with the smell of iron filings and sawdust in the air. There's the sound of crisp footsteps approaching, and a well-dressed male figure, slightly elven, dark hair, widow's peak, steps up.
Will it be ready in time?
Of course. Will you have everything you need?
I will. Don't worry about that. Just do your job.
Duergar turns back and hears those footsteps step away, meeting with another set of most high-heeled footsteps. Duergar turns across and spots this man meeting with a beautiful blonde-haired woman in a bun with a kind of short-cropped fringe. They whisper for a bit, and you hear,
"The mage?" "Of course. Let me go to him now."
And as the male figure steps away, "Welcome to the House of Ill Repute, presented by Hit Points Not Required!" Where's the excitement? This is where a group of hired misfits fulfills the wishes of the house, and they don't ask any questions. We're here with a bunch of intrepid adventurers, and we are going to go straight to credits. The Uciar docks in the middle of the night. Some would say it's so late that it's almost early, the witching hour. Very small amounts of moonlight kind of whispering through the clouded sky. Here on the docks, it is a hive of early morning activity. A handful of dock workers working on the wooden kind of planks there. You can hear the creak as the ocean kind of brushes up against them, the splashing of seawater against the seawall. You can hear the hushed whispers and kind of chatter of people working, trying not to disturb anyone else. Out in the water, where the mists are more plentiful, there is a flicker of orange-red light. And as that flicker of orange-red light builds, we hear the distant sounds of cannon fire flashing. They get louder. As you stand here, you would see pushing through the mists, flames, a ship on fire, shouting, firing of crossbows, as a very small ship with a number of crates on it comes crashing into the docks. As it crashes into the docks there, you see that it is alit with fire. You can see that there are a number of what look to be almost orcish individuals lying on the deck. These very well-adorned and armored soldiers, Navy workers, that one member of our party may recognize as the Nevium Navy, pointing their spears and crossbows down, shouting. They look back over their shoulders and shout out as you see another smaller vessel pushing through the mists here. As they push through the mists here, you can see that there is a female, almost guard or captain, pushing through the mists. You see that there are a number of crossbow-wielding individuals pushing up as well. And as the vessel that you were tasked with protecting, that the house told you to protect and make sure that the goods got off and into the city, is assailed by Nevium Navy. We're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness, this is all moving so fast.
I got a 14.
A 14. Excellent. Yeah.
26.
26.
I got a 10.
Perfect.
13 for Elijah.
13. Excellent.
I got 7.
Excellent. Beautiful. At the very, very top of our round, Jeeves, would you like to describe and introduce yourself as the flames from this fire spotlight your face?
Well, fantastic. So Jeeves is a Shatterkai, a shadow elf, if you are familiar. And he's a little shorter than a lot of the depictions, a lot of his fellow Shatterkai, but he is built. I mean, he is sturdy, he is solid, not in the I'm gonna like pose and show off my abs as I lift up my shirt way, but more in the, oh, for fun, I will toss kegs over a really high bar or lift boulders onto pedestals, just sort of built sort of way. But don't let that fool you. He is impeccably dressed in a full tuxedo with tails, with voluminous sleeves, white gloves, and he has a towel, a waiter's towel, a waiter's napkin, if you will, like any true butler should have. Yes, indeed, very much like this magnificent mini. Oh, that is fantastic. It is beautiful. And he is, on his back, he has a broom. And this broom, it's kind of weird. The handle of this broom is made out of the spine of some old creature at some point, and it goes up to where the bristles are. And holding the bristles together is a skull, humanoid-ish, except it has one eye socket. It's just got one big eye socket right in the middle, and in that eye socket is a gem. And this gem is maybe faintly glowing, going back and forth and back and forth. And if somebody were to look at it long enough and stare at it, they might swear that it blinks every once in a while, but probably not. Probably not. And of course, accompanying our friendly butler, as any well-dressed man should have, is a penguin. It's a tuxedo penguin. Indeed, much like that. This is Percival, and Percival is accompanying him, and just waddling after and looking around, seeing what needs to be done. And that is G.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and place yourself wherever you would have been standing on the dockyards here, waiting for the ship to arrive.
Okay, so the ship was coming in from over
coming
here.
in here, yeah.
Maybe somewhere around here.
Beautiful.
And, could be... Yeah, looking out, checking in, seeing what's going on.
Enormous.
Awesome.
That is like a king emperor penguin.
Yeah, he is.
Had enlarged cast on them.
Actually, we probably should be... see if we can do this. There.
Nice.
They're coming in, buddy.
It's
Excellent.
like who's familiar.
Right? Well, it's a two-way relationship.
Yeah,
you know?
symbiotic relationship.
That's fantastic.
Who came first? The Percival or the Jeeves? Jeeves, what would you like to do as you begin your turn?
Oh, well, fantastic. So these people over here we are protecting. Those people over there are assailing the people that we were assigned to protect by the house.
You can see that there are already people assailing the people on the ship. These individuals here with the hats on and the spears are Nevium Navy, and they seem to be stabbing into the orc individuals that were sailing this little vessel here, and they seem to be getting their hands on these enormous crates and trying to kind of roll them back towards wherever their ship will land.
Fantastic. I will just reach out then, and I assume most of them are within a 40-foot cube?
That is a very good question. That is what we have our 40-foot cube for.
Yay!
Amazing.
Yes, I would like to cast slow. You all are cleaning too fast. We need to slow everything down. You can't do a good job at that speed, and that will require a saving throw, a DC 16 Wisdom.
Okie dokie do. That is going to be a fail for one of them. That dice that you told me to roll is being an asshole. That is going to be, this is charisma, this is wisdom.
Wisdom,
Beautiful.
16.
That is a fail. That is a fail, and there is one success. You can see as you cast slow, as it drops over them, these guys with spears immediately slow down and start to stab in, and it's just this one individual with the crossbow that's kind of going, what the fuck's going on? As he starts to aim down at his compatriots frozen. I will also say that that's a natural 20 for the one Uciar sailor that is still up.
Oh, I can exclude them though. It's not friendly fire.
I just wasted a nat 20.
Yes, that's my job here, is to make you waste wherever possible. Just clean that up, sweep that off to the side.
Excellent.
No problem. I'm going to ask Percival at part of my turn to get down and get some cover behind the crates there. He has done his job.
As they all slow down, we flash back to a moment where your life was slowing down. When you were settling, perhaps. A beautiful Abyssinian tabaxi woman and you getting ready for dinner.
Oh, yes. I love dinner.
I know you love dinner. I love dinner as well. I love how much you love dinner. I just wish you would refrain from cleaning up afterwards. That's what they have people here for.
I mean, everyone has to do their part in UCR. That is what we do here. It is not just assuming that other people are going to do your things for you.
I know,
but this is an apology dinner. I'm sorry I haven't been around as much as I wanted to be. But this is a celebration event, so maybe I will attempt to refrain a little.
Well, depending on what you order for me, I'll see if the apology is accepted or not.
Oh, yes. Well, I heard the chef's special is some sort of sea bass or something, but we'll see.
Right.
Yes.
We'll see about the sea bass. Of course. As you kind of turn and go to gesture to some sort of waiter, on that hand that you gesture with, there is a... Actually. Sorry, sound. As you hear that ringing, Kota, her face drops.
Yeah, let me just... It's probably nothing. Let me just go and see what he wants.
She just gestures.
I'm going to go, that signals for me to go and check in with the master of the house, with Jacob, and I will just sort of go to a spot in the restaurant and see. Yes?
The ring with the kind of sending stone inbuilt. I need you now.
Right? Can it be a couple of right now?
Right now. In the wise words of the Bard Van Halen, right now.
Okay. All right, I'll be right there. And I'll head back to the table. The sea bass is fantastic, and they're going to be bringing that right out.
Jeeves. You're leaving, aren't you?
You know I have responsibilities.
I know you have this weird loyalty to a man who treats you like shite.
He needs me. There are things.
He has a whole fucking city, an army. What does he need you for? And what if I need you?
I mean, it's the sea bass. I already ordered it. Look. Next time we will go out. I'll be back. I'll finish whatever he needs done. Be back. We'll go out somewhere even nicer.
Next time. And we cut away from that. Jeeves, was there a next time?
No.
The end of your turn, we come down to the Navy workers. You watch as the Navy workers, the Neviar Navy, they immediately attempt to descend upon the remaining worker there. You see as they drive their spears into them, that is a 22 and a 10. One of them very slowly kind of goes, and this guy darts out the way, and as he darts out the way, he kind of lands on the spear of the other guy and cops in his ribs there. 5 points of damage. As he takes that 5 points of damage, he's looking very, very badly hurt. and he kind of calls out, "Help!" As he calls out, you watch as this individual spots you, Jeeves, over the top there, and he is just going to Hail Mary fire his crossbow at you. I missed the dice tray there. That is going to be a... As it comes flying over to you, that is a 18 to hit you?
No.
Beautiful. Flies across, hits the crate next to you. As it lands, you watch as this ship here docks and kind of crashes. These guys immediately scramble up the side there. And as they start to scramble up the side, two of them staying in the ship, you watch as the captain at the back there, this well-armored Nevium, that's all, folks. This well-armored Nevium woman that seems to have a spellcasting spike of some sort, a staff with a flag coming off it. She is going to hold her action as she looks towards you there, Jeeves. As she holds her action, we are going to cut down to Krirg. Would you like to describe and introduce yourself, please?
Yes, Krirg is a half-orc barbarian. Looking at him, he has been described all his life as the muscle in any situation that he finds himself in. He wields a great axe with a skull of a fallen enemy in between the two blades of the axe. In the past couple of years, Krirg has come to terms with the idea of empathy and caring for those around him, and now considers himself more of the heart, with muscle tendencies happening, because what is the heart if not just the strongest muscle of the body? And that's what...
Does he look a little bit like this?
He looks a lot like that, and it's got the skull and everything. Look at that. He looks like me. I love you, Krirg.
I love you, me.
I would love to say, part of me wants to say that Krirg was ready, waiting at the docks for this to happen. He should have been ready and prepared to make sure that everything without a hitch. But unfortunately, Krirg is a bit of a wanderer, and I think he was up here with this beer-steined fellow.
I've been up since about 5 a.m. No, 5 p.m. It's now 5 a.m. What did you say your name was?
Me and Krirg, and me have been here since 4 a.m. Me can drink more beer than you can drink. Me have an ale stomach.
It's not a competition. I am like a camel. Camels store water or fat or something. I store alcohol. My own brewery here in the stomach.
Oh, say. That really cool, man. That really cool.
Arrow flies across at Jeeves. Flames.
Krirg says, "Give me 1 sec." Downs his ale, grabs one of his compadres' ales, downs that. At will, he will imbue himself with the spell Jump, because he does have a gift from a dear friend of his, a ring of jumping. And he's gonna just jump straight towards the boats, not exactly sure who he's gonna start fighting.
Excellent. Your legs kind of swell, like Dragon Ball Z muscle swell.
Yeah.
And you're able to leap down to the edge here. As you leap down to the edge there, the stone cracks a little bit under your feet as you land. And
I stumble. I give him one of these.
You try not to fall in. As you land there, as the ground crumples as your feet, as you stumble a little bit, you flash back to not too long ago in the gothic streets of Uciar. You kind of trip a little bit over the stone sidewalk as you stumble, and you head towards the Greenleaf Herbalist to pick up their rent. As you step towards it, you see a nervous-looking Verdana, like a goblin-esque individual, who kind of looks up as the door ding-a-ling-a-ling opens, looks up and says,
Hi. I was just,
Hey, you know why me here?
I do. I unfortunately can't pay today. Maybe next week. Business has been a little bit slow.
Listen, man, me understand.
Oh.
Me want you to make payment.
Maybe it's the axe that's kind of making me a bit nervous here.
Yeah. See this guy?
Yeah, I do.
He no make his payment.
Oh, okay.
So
You've already got one, you don't need another.
it's not me. Me just collecting payment. Me can't say yay or nay. And really, want me to run this up the chain. It would be so easy if we just take care of this now. Look, me not really want to be doing this anymore. So me gonna take it real easy on you, but we gotta make payment work, okay? Maybe
Next week?
maybe I swing by today and you weren't here.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
We cut away from that to a week later.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
As you open the door to the to the Greenleaf Herbalist, it's empty. Or is it? You see a little head poke up from behind the counter and duck back down.
Gordon, come on, man.
I'm so sorry. I
Kind of scurries out from behind and kind of shuts the door and kind of turns the sign to closed and says,
I would have had it, but my dog got really, really sick and I had to pay for, the bills for that sort of thing.
Yeah, these vet bills are outrageous,
The
man.
veterinary bills in Uciar are horrible.
Yeah. They should make like vet insurance, like you have protection insurance for this store.
Well, I know that the house does offer some sort of like insurance for healthcare and things like that, but again, that's not something I don't have the money to kind of put down the
You have
monthly payment.
anything you can give me? Anything. Not money. Maybe collateral or
pulls out what looks to be like a bunch of mashed greenery and says, in a jar, and says,
This is like a healing potion. Maybe if you have that, just between you and I, and maybe next week.
Okay. Next week, but for real, man, okay?
For real.
Me not want this to get out of hand.
I don't want it to get out of hand either.
Me just need to collect one more payment, one more job, and me no have to do this anymore, okay?
Okay, I got you. For me and for you, I'll have the payment
We in the same boat.
next week.
Okay.
we cut to a week later. You are marching up to the storefront with an enormous turtle, Yaha Onar, a lieutenant under Jacob. Walking with you, he says, "Now I'm gonna supervise you, but you better fucking get it done."
Yeah, I really appreciate this. Thank you for putting
Hey.
me on performance improvement.
Hey, you need to be less kind, less compassionate. Show me your tough side.
Yeah, look at me. Me toughest guy there is. Me never nice to anyone.
Right, go in there, get what you need.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hi, Krirg, and hi, Lieutenant.
Nods to you, the lieutenant. Go on.
Gordon, at time now.
I fortunately don't have what you need right now.
The turtle immediately grabs a number of the potted plants and just swipes them off. They all shatter, and Gordon kind of jumps a
Hey,
little bit.
come on, man. How are you gonna make money if we destroy his business?
You do as you're told. Get the payment. For every second you don't get the payment, I break something. Smashes something else. Gordon looks at you.
Please make him stop.
Gordon, we need to give me something
I can't.
right now.
Goes up to an enormous vase and goes to push it over as Gordon runs across it. Says, no. As he goes to stop it, Jaha looks at him and goes, "I gotta break something," and just grabs him and pulls his arm, and you hear it.
Me try to put myself in between Gordon and Jay.
Okay, make a real quick athletics check for me.
That 11 plus 8, 19.
That is not going to do it, and he is going to push you aside, hard smack to your chest, and he twists. You hear Gordon scream a little bit.
No, me break his bones. Krirg wants to convince Jahar to let him do it because he knows that even though he's gonna hurt Gordon, he's not gonna hurt him as much as the lieutenant is.
Go ahead and make a real quick persuasion check for me.
Nat 20.
Okay. He looks at you and he pushes Gordon towards you, who's kind of whimpering. He's in that state of so injured that he's like, he's doing the what's his name, Terminator 2. He's sitting there. Yeah, he's doing that.
Krirg tries to come up with something to say. In his heart, he wants to tell him that this is for his best.
Okay.
That he knows Gordon doesn't have the money. He knows that if he were to let Jahar do this, it would likely end to the end of Gordon's life. So Krig's gonna do what he's told. He's gonna break Gordon's bones, but he's gonna pull his punches as much as possible.
As we hear the smack of your fists and the crack of bone, we hear the crack of the stone as you land. What else do you want to do on your turn? Jumped over there, landed in front of these slowed individuals here. You can see the Nevium Navy over this side are immediately kind of focused in on you and are...
First, I'm gonna go into my frenzy because
Nice.
this memory has pulled something up in me, and now Kurt's just seeing red.
Yeah.
He's more muscle than heart at this point, and he's just
Excellent.
ready to hit something as hard as possible.
I see red.
And what he's going to do is
You've probably got... It's your bonus action, your action to jump, so you've probably just got a little bit of movement left.
Yes, I'm gonna put myself right in the middle of this boat here.
This one here.
Yeah, and get ready to fight.
As you land in the middle of the boat, they all kind of like step back away from you. The very injured looking Uciar sailor looks at you and says, "The crates, take the crates." And that is your turn. Excellent. That is going to bring us down to Elijah.
Oh my.
Would you like to describe and introduce yourself as the winking light of this moonlight kind of pushes through the dappled cloud?
Sure. As the moon kind of coalesces down over my shoulders, you see an older human man, wavy gray hair, and a very neatly trimmed gray goatee as he kind of moves gingerly across the city streets towards the docks. Kelp is creeping up over his clothes. He's wearing similar colors to these Nevium sailors, but nobles' clothing, purples with silver trim and the like. But they darken as this kelp almost encapsulates him as he begins to walk, and he's just kind of framed in the moonlight.
Is this exactly how you look?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Go ahead
it's
and place
exactly what we were thinking.
Wherever you wish to be.
I was kind of hanging out over here,
Yeah.
and I think I'm just going to walk this way, and I'm going to call out, "Sailors, identify yourselves."
Excellent. You watch as this guy here with the enormous spear turns towards you and says, "Nevium Navy." Navy with a V. I accidentally said Navy. Looks back at the other ship and the the spellcaster just goes, "Nevium Navy, we're here to retrieve what's ours. What's been stolen?"
Do I recognize the captain at all?
You
Probably somebody far younger than me.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't recognize her. She may have been an upstart when you were in your career as an admiral, but at the moment, no. And there doesn't seem to be any recognition
Sure.
and oh my goodness, it's
Right.
You know.
I'm gonna I guess use the light cantrip, kind of frame my face, and step to the edge of the dock.
You use "Don't you know who I am?"
And I'm gonna look to her sternly and say, "You'll need to stand down now."
Okay, excellent. She looks at you and she says who?
Admiral Elijah Vey.
Go ahead and roll either a persuasion or an intimidation check for me.
Oh my god.
I think it's a mixture of both. Let's call it that.
You can add both modifiers if you want to.
It'll be a 15.
15, beautiful. As you say Admiral Elijah Vey, we flash back. And you hear, "Admiral Elijah Vey, good to see you. We can smell hay. You can hear the slight of horses, perhaps. You can feel under your feet the soft kind of pressing of a stable of sorts. And you see standing in front of you a very well-dressed individual, a high elf, very sharp ears, in a robe made of light almost, as you stand there. Chancellor, well, soon-to-be Chancellor, Seraphina Luna, looks at you.
We shouldn't be meeting like this so soon before the election.
You have been lied to.
You're going to lose, you know.
You have already lost. You have put your lot in with a terrible bunch. The house is behind your success. You must see this. They are a dangerous lot to tie you, to hitch your wagon to. I'm not saying this out of my own ambition. We have proof.
Major image shows this meeting of a Shadowkai individual and you. A little penguin by his side. Disappears that major image. Another major image. One not from her point of view, maybe from someone else's that she's kind of got this image of. And it is this Shadowkai individual at the footsteps of what is widely known to be the house, the center point of Uciar, stepping in. She looks at you and she says,
You are in grave danger. This Eleanor that you seek is a fabrication, is a fable. That Shadowkai, that Butler, whatever they are, hell, they are lying to you.
The ambassador has helped us track down so many of the betrayers.
The ambassador does what he is told. And as will you, should you gain office here. And then the house and Uciar will have control over our beautiful, resplendent city. I implore you, something must be done.
I just, looks of revelation, right? Realization. Kind of maybe even some sorrow from knowing in the back of his mind that this has been building over his years as the Minister of Defense. What do we do? How do we stop it? I'm going to win, you know.
I know.
Lady Maya, they love her. The people.
Speak to her. See what should be done. If you are seen to intentionally throw it, you will not survive. You stand there.
Is there something? What can we do?
She has a little bit of a creak of a grin. She says,
What would it take to get you to retire?
it's back to here on the docks there. Anything else you want to do?
I use my action to mage armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. No, there's nothing else. See how they respond.
There's nothing else at all. Beautiful. That is going to bring us down to Thuna.
Sorry, it's really rough. Indeed.
I'd like to take the spotlight and introduce Thuna to us.
Sure. Thuna's the intern. Sort of new to all this. Very short Dwergar, so kind of dwarvish at first glance until you would notice her purple skin that is just littered with even darker indigo tattoos everywhere, which are very a giveaway that she's not just dwarvish, she is Dwergar, very specific cultural subset. Silver hair, lots of little trinkets in her hair, pretty young for a Dwergar. She's got a little intern badge right here is where it is. And she never goes anywhere without her messenger bag, which is full of papers that the house have given her to file or deliver, and littered with little patches and things that help her out in a pinch. Short little thing, nervous little thing.
Short little thing.
So small! I got a really strange urge to eat it. I was like, oh my god, she's so tiny. She's perfect.
We seem to have interesting relationships with our minis. I don't know.
Maggot's having like a little bit of like a pseudo kind of, oh, I like me. Yeah. You want to eat yours?
Yeah. Looks tasty. So I think she would be over here, like, are these like market stalls?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I think she'd be off getting like pastries for the group, or, you know, before all of this broke out, she would have been over here just like talking to the saleswoman.
Well, yes, it's fresh cooked. Fresh cooked.
Great.
First thing in the morning.
I will take a dozen, please. And then boom, boom, boom. Immediately terrified. She'd like whip around and kind of survey the scene. And seeing Jeeves just immediately like start casting at these people, and then like a flying Krirg over her head and land. And then, of course, someone she really looks up to is like trying to use his star power to like get stuff done. She's like,
Fading star power.
you shone a spotlight on your face, and you were like, look at me. Stop. So I think she would be like, what do I do? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? And I have a question. I have a racial trait that allows me to go invisible. Is that an action or a free action?
I believe that would be a bonus action. Give me 20 seconds.
Word.
The way you go.
Because all it says on my sheet is that I can do
eat
it,
your
and
mini
then I
now.
need a long rest. Yeah, invisible.
So it would be like casting invisibility, so it would be an action.
Cool.
And
Cool.
yeah, once per long rest, yeah.
Yeah. Then I would like to rush over here, screaming, and hide behind these little barrels here.
Excellent.
They're taller than you.
Yeah, everything's taller than me. And I think then, just because she's used a little bit of movement, she will... She's most worried about Elijah, so I think she would see these guys here. And they haven't attacked.
They haven't attacked, but they look like they have intent.
It's good enough. Don't intend to hurt people if you don't intend to get hurt.
Exactly.
So then, she'd try to hit the one who's pointing the spear at Elijah.
Excellent. Yeah. So you run up and kind of dart around, maybe over the top of the barrels.
Oh no, I don't want to get that close.
Okay. Oh, from back there.
Yes.
Pop your head around the corner.
Just like a... With my little short bow.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me as you fire off.
Yeah, that's not scary at all. Here we go. And then I just grab a dice and
You just
roll.
grab any dice.
Just grab
yeah,
just
any
grab an
dice.
old
Grab
dice
the one that
and
was the
see
best.
if I can save the life of my friend.
Yeah.
Terrifying. 11 plus 8 is 19.
11 plus 8 is 19. I believe that hits. That does hit.
Beautiful. So do I get sneak attack damage because my friend's right there?
Your friend is... I'll say your friend is close enough to give you sneak attack damage.
Word.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
I wasn't trying to avoid these people.
Dope.
You wanted them to see you.
I mean, he has a long reach anyway. So.
Indeed.
And shining a spotlight. I mean,
And
if
shining a
that's not
spotlight,
distracting.
yeah.
Okay, so my short bow is 1d6. Can I borrow 1d6? I always have to roll my sneak attack dice. Oh, I'm gonna need more d6 then.
How many
How many do you need?
Great, thank you. Yes, there it is. That's my sneak attack damage. No, so I do 5 sneak attack damage. They're so tiny, like me. Oh, that's okay. So 6 and 6 is 12, plus 5, plus 2, plus 1, and then my actual that's a 1, and then plus 4.
4.
So math
25?
tells us. Thank you, Jeeves. I think I just real quick do 25 points of damage as I stick out from the side of this barrel and just I don't even look, and I think I just
The guy just looks like what? And as you hit him, you hear what? And as the rest of them are making these noises of encouragement to each other, shouting, we flash back to you in the undermines.
Right.
Bronzeburg. Shouts of exhilaration, shouts of violence, the sounds of a coup happening in the background as you step to the front door of your parents and indeed maybe your home.
Yeah.
As you kind of open the door that kind of opens into this stone interior, like a cave version of a hobbit's kind of grotto.
Yes.
As you step on in, there are 2 Duergar there, one female sitting in the chair there, looking distraught, a male hand on her shoulder as they look up to you. You hear, Thuna, what on earth is going on?
Oh my god, I cannot wait to tell you. Okay, so I did what we've always talked about. I have been organizing and working with other Duergar, and we have finally overthrown the minister. I did a coup.
Like storms to the window and kind of points out and goes with the flames and things from the bronze burn there.
Me and my friends
This
did
is
that.
you.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Yeah. Oh.
We have been worried sick. You have been gone. There have been shouts. There have been violence. We thought the worst. And then, your mother just kind of holds up a bit of paper with a wax seal that's been opened.
Well, that's for me. You shouldn't take it. It's personal.
The house has held up its side of the bargain. May Bronzeburn and the Undermines be better off for your actions. Now, for your end, travel immediately to Uciar and report to the house. Welcome to the family.
Ooh.
Stan. What does this mean?
I made a deal to make sure that our community could have a better system of government. I thought you'd be proud. People are singing out in the street. She like opens the window. And like, yes, there are like some screams and some flames, but there's also people like, come on, shake your body, baby. Free! And I'm like, yeah, like people seem to be really excited about this.
Father slams the door.
Right.
You've been dealing with people in Uciar? With the house? Do you know what they're all about? Do you know owing them means that you owe them your life, essentially?
I would give my life so that the people here could be free.
Then go. Give your life.
I thought you'd be happy.
Happy for the violence? For the upheaval?
That was kind of a side effect.
Who's in charge now? You?
No, I don't want power. I don't really, we didn't talk about that part.
So guess who has the power now?
You?
Your mother sobs.
Oh, no.
As your mother sobs that, you cut back to here with the guy with the arrow stuck in him and he goes,
Ah! Mom!
What?
Sorry, no! And she like ducks back behind the panel.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Absolutely not.
Beautiful. That is going to bring us to the dock workers. The dock workers immediately start to flee. You watch as these 2 individuals, oh dear, oh no. They climb up the wall.
Spider climb.
Yeah. As they climb up the wall, you watch as a number of them. Oops, sorry, Elijah.
It's all right. I barely stand.
Just getting closer and closer to that spear, man.
I can hear this guy up here, just kind of another drink out of nowhere goes, Krirg! As this is happening, this guy here is immediately going to like lift up one of the crates and kind of dump it onto there. As he dumps it onto there, I put way too many minis in the boat. As that happens, one of them goes to stab him, but thanks to Slow, he's just... that is going to bring us down to Magnazella. Would you like to take the spotlight and describe your character, please? Yes, take that microphone.
Good evening. Magnazella is a dragonborn monk. She's a red dragon. She's got golden horns. It's giving. My inspiration was Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty because she's amazing and I love her. And she's got some golden scales as well, and has this like gorgeous purple, gold, gray. Find the right word, but outfit on. And I've got this kick-ass court. Am I allowed to swear?
I've been saying fuck a lot. I'm Australian. I say this a lot. I'm Australian. I have a very limited vocabulary.
But I have a kick-ass quarterstaff that's got like a little like orb on the end, and I've got this golden
Racers.
Yes, thank you, words. I promise I've said words before.
We have no evidence of that.
But yeah, Magnazella is very observant, not very trusting of people, not really great with people, not a super charismatic person. But when she cares about you, it is 1,000%. Like once you've made ties, it's there for good, kind of thing. She's very incredibly loyal, but the loyalty does not come lightly.
Is this your card?
Wow. Whoa.
Don't you want to just eat it?
There are some people who play D&D with like gummy bears and things as the bad guys, so you can eat them when.
That's fantastic.
So maybe we'll have a jelly bean fight at some point.
So
Mike and
special
Ike,
gummies.
we got
Mike and Ike's out there.
Do a like sour worm hydra. So we just eat more sour worms.
Good one.
and then
great.
add more to it.
Magnazella, what would you like to do on your turn? Wherever you want to start off is absolutely fine.
I feel like.
If you can see, if you need to, we can remove the lids of the buildings, but if you can see, fine.
I feel like a lot of the conflict is happening in this nether region over here.
As it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where my conflict happens.
So I think I gotta get in this boat and just start.
Because there's not enough in there already.
Ready,
Yeah,
right?
Head
but
right
I feel
that
like
way.
what's room for one more?
Honestly,
Exactly.
with your enormous walking speed, you can start at the back of the map and you will get to the boat. So if you want to go ahead and use your movement to get wherever you wish to go on that boat there,
Yeah.
and let me know.
Yeah. So I as crowded as this boat is, I feel like I gotta get into this boat.
Yeah, I can check you in there. You run across. Flip, and I'm gonna put you right in the middle of them all, I guess. Yeah. They're all slowed except for the guy that now has a crossbow aimed at you. He's like, take the shot, and you land in front of him. What would you like to do?
I think I just want to use my quarterstaff and do like a little two-hand, like knock it out,
Yeah.
knock it out of the way,
Yeah.
and then I'd like to knock them off the boat.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Just do a full.
yeah, so go ahead and make an athletics check. So that is going to be a d20 plus your strength, and if you're proficient, if there's a little coloring dot beside athletics on the skill side there.
I got 15.
15. That is not quite going to do it with that first attack there. You push into him, and he kind of like grabs onto your staff with one hand and pulls himself back on. You have a second attack though.
So I think I'm just gonna do like a little. I think I'm gonna go for just a punch.
Yeah.
Like he's holding on and just do a little.
Excellent. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
2.
He's a wily little guy.
Perfect. Here's what happens. You go to punch him and he misses, and he looks at you with this look of like ridicule.
Yeah.
And we flash back to one of the last times you felt ridicule and shame and disappointment in the beautiful citadel in Valerith, where the plinth holds the Caspar stone, held the Caspar stone, empty, void of this beautiful fiery gem. We see the court of Alerith whispering, shooting you dirty glances. I can't believe she's done this. Incredible. Absolutely useless. Betrayal. Shame. Slurs. Draconic slurs aimed at you. You see the leader of the Citadel, the Chancellor there. She looks at you and she says, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I made a mistake. I understand that, but I really think I can do whatever it takes to make this right. Whatever it is I need to do, whatever it is I have to do, I will make this right. I know I messed up. I made it in, but I've also I've proven that I've given many years of my life to this. Like I know I can make up for this. I know I can make this right.
You've given many years to what end? And gestures to the empty plinth. Our protection. The stone that powers our people, gone. Get out.
I know. I'm sorry.
Get
and
out.
Is there anything I can do?
Magnazella is relieved.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the stone and I'm gonna bring it back and it's all gonna be fine. And it's gonna be okay.
Just turns, walks away. You are kind of frowned at and glanced up and down, and pitiful looks as you step towards the end of the chamber, as you step out into the beautiful city of Alerith. A stranger shadows you. Very tall, conical ears, great big nose and kind of droopy jowls, a furbolg. Kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and says,
we don't know each other like that. Don't.
Okay, yeah. Kind of takes his hand off and goes,
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you or upset you. I just heard what happened in there and
Yeah, I'm having kind of a shitty day here, so I don't need I don't need your pity on me.
Magnazella's no good, downright terrible day.
Sure, you can say that. Yeah,
I did.
let's joke about my situation, please. Yeah, keep going.
I do have a tight 5 if you want to hear it someday.
I really don't. I'm
Okay.
so good.
I'm really glad you said that, to be honest, because I don't know if I could have come up with a tight 5 right now.
Yeah, you could come up with a tight 0 for right now. How about that?
Hurt people.
Uh-huh.
Realize.
What do you want?
Yeah, I'll get to it. Don't worry. I am eyeing the timer as well. I'm getting teary thinking about it. Most stolen and precious goods end up in Uciar. Traded or purchased one way or another, they come across the house. The house is where you should inquire. For a small favor, they'll lend you a hand, and they're happy to lend a hand to any desperate or downtrodden individual. They might even lend you a small army to find it. It'll cost you, but they're second to none there in Uciar. The house especially.
What's the cost?
It varies.
Okay. Do you know how I would get there, hypothetically speaking?
If you were hypothetically asking me, I would hypothetically tell you that you just gotta start walking.
Okay. And hypothetically, if I were walking to what direction would I walk?
Okay. Pulls out a map and kind of shows. I thought you'll be mysterious, my mistake. And kind of points at a point on the map there. And it's essentially like past the
straight
mountains,
shot?
south, west.
Okay. Thank you for the note. I hope we never see each other again.
Nods. Kind of turns and walks away. You see the Chancellor walk to the front door and kind of shut it on you. And when you look back, he's gone.
Working on his type 5.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear it.
What's the deal?
With Uciar. We cut back to you in the ship here. Amidst all this, you have used your movement, you have used your actions. You do have a bonus action. As a monk, you can punch someone for free as a bonus action, or spend a key point and punch twice.
Also,
among other things.
Crying's a free action.
Crying is a free action.
Crying is a free action.
Yeah.
But I do that in private.
Inside.
I cry internally. I'll go for a double.
Punch, yeah. So you burn off a key point, and you'll go ahead and roll 2 attack rolls.
Okay. 11 and 16.
Okay, beautiful.
Plus your modifier.
Plus
right?
your modifier.
+8.
+8.
Both of those are gonna you hit. If you want to go ahead and give me your damage there, that is going to be 2d6
plus 8. So 1d6 plus 4 for each punch.
Plus
and then
4.
Plus
Others.
4 for 6, and then one more because
Do
you
it
hit
again.
with 2 punches.
2.
So it's another 6, so 12.
Beautiful. 12 points of damage to him there.
Yeah.
As you punch him twice, the wind goes, is knocked from his ribbies there. Anything else you want to do?
Nah. I'm riding this high. Wait, Papa!
Excellent. We come back to the top of the round. No more flashbacks. Straight into it. Jeeves, what would you like to do?
Right, so I'm going to. How many more crates are there on?
There's one more crate on the ship there. You can see that the ship probably would have held a number. You can actually see that there's probably another. I'll steal a crate if I need to. There's a crate that's already been acquired on the Nevium, smaller Nevium vessel. And you all would notice that roughly where you two are in relation to the map, there is a huge galleon just through the mist there.
And it would be. Is that like a friendly galleon with more crates on it, or are these crates what we were tasked to get? Right, we were tasked to get crates, not save people or do any of that
You're
stuff.
tasked to get crates. Yep.
Yes.
Make sure the goods got to UCR. You're not sure whether that is a vessel trying to get the crates back, or whether the crates were stolen from that vessel, or what. But you would definitely recognize a Nevium battleship, man of war.
Fantastic. I am going to look at the sailor, the one that had thrown the one crate up there, and I'm going to, yes, continue, one more, get it on the dock, and you will have done your job correctly. And I'm going to hold my action to cast Tensor's floating disc underneath that area where the crates are, and then it will move to within 20 feet of me.
Genius. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You start to prepare that there. Slow will drop because you are concentrating.
Oh, we
technically.
can't. Yeah. No. Well, how about then just cast the spell instead?
Beautiful, and have it there, ready
Have
to
it
go.
there, and well, it's there, and it'll just move like 10 feet closer to me.
Yeah.
I'll move up, so it'll. So I'm within 30 feet
Beautiful.
of it.
Yeah,
and then it'll move up. It'll move to within 20 feet of me.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah, you get just on the other side there.
Yeah.
Oof.
And yep, and then the disc will appear there. It'll move to within 20 feet of me, and he can heave the other one onto that. Hopefully.
Yeah, try to get it on there. Beautiful, good stuff. Is there anything your little friend would like to do?
No, he's gonna like try and sneak off in that direction to where the other people are to see if anybody needs help or anything.
Man, he's too cute to sneak.
He can get
Everybody's
to,
looking at that penguin.
if he's got 30 feet, he can get behind the well there.
He has 20 feet of movement, either walking or swimming. So either or. So he can move 20 feet closer. Well, 40 feet if he dashes. I guess.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll get him to dash. Kind of get to here, just past the well. Excellent. As he waddles across
Belly
there.
slide,
Beautiful. Excellent. That is going to bring us to our Navy individuals. Immediately, these two are going to turn and train their fire on you, Elijah. As they turn and train their fire on you.
Your name don't have as much weight as
It definitely does not. That is going to be a 16 to hit you and a 14 to hit you.
The 16 hits, the 14 misses.
Excellent. As the 16 hits, can add a. They're going to use their Archer's Eye. And
That sounds great.
Put a little bit of effort behind it. That is an extra 1 damage. That is going to be 9 points of piercing damage as they seem to aim at you. And as they do, they fire off and it strikes you in the shoulder there. One of them missing. As one of them misses, this guy is going to turn and is just going to come for Thuna. Who's been stabbed by you. As he darts around the corner.
Take it personal.
He does it kind of blind. He's just like, trying to get whatever this little creepy thing is that got him there. He's going to make 2 attacks there.
Okay.
That is a hot trash, and even hotter trash, a 7 and a 10 to hit you.
Too little.
Too little. This guy is going to dart around the back as well and go, and he's going to fire a shot at you. I can't hit for shit. That is an 11 to hit you.
No, it
you are just as that's happening. As that happens, make sure I don't. These guys, do they get a save at the end of their turn for
They
slow?
do, yes.
Beautiful. There's going to be 2 attacks on Krirg, 1 attack on Magnazella as they recognize the real threats here. Krirg.
Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Sorry.
So hateful right now. Because it's the dice that you said, please roll those ones, they roll shit. And I was like, nah, it's not how it works. That is going to be I dribbled on myself, that's going to be a 17 to hit you.
That does hit.
Am I doing it right? 17.
Just a large grunt.
Sorry, 16 to hit you.
That matches armor class, so
Okay.
that goes to...
Okay, beautiful. That will stab you. Unfortunately, that is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 points of piercing damage.
Halved because I'm enraged?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. 4 points of piercing damage as he comes in at you. That was that was one. And then 2 shots on you, Magnazella. 1 jab and 1 fire from the crossbow. Crossbow at close range. Can you take a look over my counter to see that roll there? That's a disadvantage. That's a nat 20, and that's a nat 20.
Double nat 20?
So this guy who's
With
firing
disadvantage?
This guy who's firing his arrow point blank at you just fires off. He is going to pump his archer's eye into that as well.
So that is going to be deflect missile. You should have an ability called deflect missile, which is being fired at you, so that'll help.
Yeah, you can use your reaction to deflect missile if you wish.
Which is going to, it's going to be a damage reduction. I don't remember the exact thing.
We've got it right here.
You got it on
Deflect missiles is going to be, you can use it, so you can, if you want to go ahead and roll a d10 and add 14 to it, and that is how much damage you negate from one of the attacks.
In the shape, yes.
7.
Okay.
7 plus something, right?
7 plus 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is going to be 23.
7 plus 14 is 21.
Yeah. Beautiful. So one of the arrows fires at you, and you're able to catch it. Yeah. You can spend a key point and throw it back at him if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's kind of, this is why you play monks, right?
Exactly.
This is the whole.
She doesn't even throw it back. She just turns it.
Stab it. Yeah. I was thinking like Kurt Russell in
back.
Big Trouble Little China. That
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and roll a d6 plus 4 for roll a d20 plus 8 to hit, and then if you hit, we'll get that d6. Yeah. Is that a nat 1? Excellent. So here's what happens. You grab it, you catch it, and you just go to throw it back at him. He ducks. Can you go ahead and roll your damage, please?
Is that a 20?
That is going to be a d6 plus 4.
No. 2.
Krirg, you are going to take 6 points of damage, halved to 3, as this arrow comes at you from Magnazella. Just narrowly like clips you on the top of the.
Krirg just says, "Ouchies!"
Excellent.
Sorry.
That is how it is done. I was meant to roll damage for that second hit though. 7, 8, 9. I don't know how to count. Oh, I've got too many characters. 8, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing damage for that second hit though. You dodge one, the other one does strike you, so you take 11 points of damage as he fires on you. They are going to make their saving throws now. There is 3 of them. That is going to be 1 pass and 2 fails, and one of them comes out of slow. This guy right at the back comes out of slow, breathing heavily. That is going to bring us down to our mage. She is going to look at what's going on here at the back of the boat. She is going to... You watch as she raises her hands, and as she raises her hands, the wind starts to become cool. It's going to be around you two. Wind starts to get cooler in a kind of a let's say a 20-foot radius here. That's a 20-foot radius. She's gonna get her friends there, but she's gonna. She doesn't care. No, she doesn't care. Yeah. As that happens, the ice and the wind starts to kind of spin around. I need you two to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Okay. Time for the rogue to rogue. Oh, I just jinxed myself.
Right, I was thinking that. I wasn't going to say it.
That'd be a 9 for me, sir.
That is a failure.
Okay, wait.
No, it is.
Just wait.
It's such a high number.
But don't you see who I am?
Right?
Dexterity save plus
With
9.
the light going.
Is a 15.
15 is just a success.
Woo!
So you are going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 6 for you. Evasion, beautiful. Oh yeah, evasion. Yeah, you're fine. You're dodging hailstones. So 13 points of bludgeoning, and on
I do not evade.
good. On top, can you take 6, 12, 18, 19, 20 points of
my
cold
God.
damage?
I can do that as well.
And that is now difficult terrain.
Oh, I do have cold resistance. Though,
Beautiful. So halve that. 18 down to 9.
And this is only happening in this,
Only happening in this area. You watch as the two Nevium soldiers, the one that you've jabbed in the guts goes, and he starts to get kind of. That is going to do him actually. He gets absolutely destroyed by ice. The guy at the back with the crossbow saves, but he's going to take half of that. Beautiful. That is going to bring us down, as this is, bless you, Gesundheit, as this is difficult terrain. That's going to bring us down to Krirg.
Krirg mad.
At whom?
Yeah,
Rage.
that is correct. Krirg's gonna grab the closest person to him and throw him at the other boat to try to capsize it.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Big swings.
So go ahead. You're going to try and grab this guy with the spear who is slowed. Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage because you are raging.
Yeah.
I need you to beat a... that's going to be a 12, 13, 14, 15. I need you to beat a 15.
Come on.
I got a 16 plus my strength is plus 4.
Take the spotlight. Tell me how you pick this guy up and yeet him at the ship.
Yeah. I grab him by the collar.
Yeah.
And I say, "Hey man, you're on the wrong boat."
And then I pick him up over my head.
Yeah.
Please.
And I just launch him. This is the intent that Krirg has, whether he has the capacity to or not. I'm launching him like sideways into the side of the boat. In a perfect world, what he sees in his mind's eye, Kirk's been reading some self-help books, and he's visualizing him bisecting the boat.
That's Looney Tunes hole through the...
That's how hard he's gonna throw him into that.
I'm gonna leave
other
this
boat.
up to chance. I need you to roll a D100. I'm gonna say on a 76 or above, this is gonna work.
You got this, Krirg.
This is how we inject some improv into what I...
82.
High five, Bo.
The ship splits. He hits this dock here, and it bends a little bit there.
Nice.
There you go. And this ship is bisected. In fact, I'm going to use these two.
Yeah. Nice.
This guy's here. This guy's teetering on the edge, and that's the other end of the ship there. Excellent. The ship starts to sink down. Good stuff.
And then there's still more guys on my boat.
There's still more guys on your boat.
So I'm gonna hit another one with a frenzy strike.
Excellent. Yeah. You can duck around and punch the guy that's trying to jab Magnazella there.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a 16.
A 16 will just hit.
Okay. And that gives me D12 plus. It'll be plus 6 slashing and 3 for rage.
3 for rage, yeah.
So that's 5, 11, 14.
14 damage, nice.
As a bonus action.
Yeah. Slice into him. His stomach starts to split almost like the ship as well, but he's not looking too shabby. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to turn to Magnazella and be like, "No hit me with arrows anymore." And then end my turn.
Excellent.
I was trying my best.
Guy with the crossbow. Elijah, what would you like to do?
Is this an ongoing effect up here on us?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Did that break concentration or anything?
For her?
Breaking?
I'll give her a concentration check. That is an 18 on the dice. Okay. She is still concentrating. She starts to sink down, she is concentrating on this effect. It is difficult terrain, and I believe it is a little bit hard to see.
Rude.
Difficult terrain. I'll say that you can see through it, just because that's gonna make it a little easier. But very, very hard.
I think Elijah's just gonna walk over to like the little railing at the edge there.
Yeah.
Put one hand on it, and he's just gonna reach his other hand out. And as he does, the smell of salt water will permeate your entire existence. Puddle opens up underneath me, and this ancient, rusty pike, weird harpoon-shaped head on it, just slides up out of the city street into my arm, and you see a purple tentacle wrap itself around it and steady it in my old hand. And I'm just gonna point it down at the captain, and I'm gonna point my other hand at the ship, the galleon.
Yeah.
The lives of hundreds of your comrades rests in your actions right now. I'm gonna use my bonus action. Tentacle's gonna rise up out of the water and slide one of those boats that was over here right over to her. It's just gonna brush it over that way.
Would you like to do the honors?
What?
Yeah, get that out of
here.
This
And I'm gonna push her away out.
excellent.
I'm gonna say, if I enter the water, those men die, and I point at the galleon.
Give me an intimidation at advantage, please, and thank you.
You got it. Come on.
Is Elijah beside him?
16.
Advantage.
Advantage. 23.
Excellent. It's too early to tell, but she is glancing. She's holding the spell, and she's glancing at the. Even through her spell, as ice is like slashing your cheek. This enormous tentacle pushing the ship across. She is very much considering it. Anything else you want to do?
That's it for me.
Beautiful, good stuff. That is going to bring us down to Thuna.
There's a lot happening.
It's like my first month.
you're like, this is my first ever combat. Oh my, what was that? Oh, what was that?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm the same though. I'm here going. I've done this a million times before. Why are you like second guessing what you're doing here? So it's fine.
I think Thuna feels a little out of her depth. And she's literally just been like ducking spears for the last like 10 seconds. Like, please, no. And then there's like hail and like a tentacle emerges from the sea. So I think she's going to be like, I want to leave. And she's going to press her hands together and close her eyes and go, like, so she can see where she's going, and she wants to peek and look here.
Okay, yeah.
And she will go, okay, let's see if this works. I can do this. Here we go. And like as she like breathes out this blade that looks like it's just made out of spectral smoke, neon green smoke, and then she like turns it and goes, okay, good luck to me. And she sends it.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try and psychic blade teleport over to this.
Gotcha.
Great.
Does it needs to hit, doesn't it?
I have to roll a d8, and I can psychic blade teleport up to whatever's on the d8 times 10 feet.
Okay, yeah, go
So
for it.
I just have to not get a low number on a d8.
Yeah.
Why did I say that before? What is going on?
You're gonna go in that direction regardless.
Yeah, I'm going to it. If I land in the boat,
Yeah, you
I
actually
die.
don't want to roll a high number. That's what you need to tell your dice.
Yeah. 6, so 60 feet. So
Easy
I'm...
enough. The psychic blade hits the top of the wooden crate there. As it hits the top of the wooden crate, you may wince, Jeeves. You know that goods should not be tampered with or destroyed. But whoops, sorry, Elijah.
If I touch
That's
this
it, the
water.
gallion's down. I said if I get in the water.
You land right beside that on the tensor's floating disc as well.
Okay, so I'm like balancing.
Yep.
Great.
That was a bonus action, yeah.
Yes, it was. Oh boy, here we go.
I love the different levels of like character sheet that we've got going on here.
I like to have my talking points.
In this TED Talk.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the debate team in you.
This is why I shouldn't be in combat. Okay, so let me. Oh no, I don't have to spend that psionic dice yet. Okay, great. What happens theoretically
Hypothetically.
if there's like a hole in the ocean?
There's one way to find out.
Okay, great.
What happens if there's a hole in the
The Admiral would probably be your best consultant on
But
She just left me.
you're out here like raising the sea monsters, and I'm getting hit in the head with hail. I'm like, okay, I trust you. You got this.
Oh, but these people are attacking.
They
oh,
are.
then I won't do anything super shenanigan-y. I just want to help my friends. So what I'll do is short bow. Wow, she was like flanked. I'll short bow one of those guys.
One of those guys,
Whoever's
yeah.
closest.
They're both taking damage by the looks of it, so whoever you wish.
Okay, great.
You may have noticed that the crossbow guy was the guy that hit Magnazella the hardest.
Okay. Okay. A +8 to this. Maybe everything will be fine. 10 + 8 is 18.
18 will absolutely hit.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and give me your sneak attack because you've got buddies there.
I got so many buddies. Oh, that's satisfying. Okay, I rolled better on that. So that's 6, 12, 13, 15, and then plus my actual weapon damage.
Yeah.
Which is still 1. So 17 plus 4 is 21?
21.
Yeah.
It's more damage than I can do.
That'll do it for the archer.
Really?
At least, yeah.
Oh, I killed a guy?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Take the spotlight and tell me how does that make you feel?
Oh boy.
I'm not sure whether you killed anyone in the coup, but
No, I didn't. I
there you
didn't
go.
even want the violent part to happen. It just kind of snowballed after I made a couple of deals and organized some picket lines.
Yeah.
It all
Yeah.
got out of control.
So as you're only used to SAG after strikes, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're just
Like,
and he
oh god.
unceremoniously. There's no he just
I think she's like, okay, I just it's okay. I can just please get away from my friend. And it just goes straight through his neck. And she's like
Krirg turns around and he's like, his intention is, hey, good job, but he's in a rage right now, so he just yells at you, good job!
she's terrified. Doesn't like this at all. No,
yeah,
that was
no
it.
worries, no
She's
worries.
not
Yeah,
happy.
he tumbles into the water there.
What happened to the crate that was over here?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
The crate in here, it starts to sink. Do we have more crates?
Sink? Oh no.
Goodness.
Take the big one.
There's a crate.
It doesn't matter.
it's
We
fine.
know it's
We
on.
know.
It's
There is a
sinking.
crate
it's
here.
sinking.
What is it sinking about? Okay, sorry.
The bottom of the. It would think about what happens when there's a hole in the ocean.
Anything else you want to do, Thuna?
Oh gosh. Let me consult the cards. Just so much. I did my bonus action, I did my action. I think I am good.
Beautiful. Excellent. That's going to bring us down to the dock workers. They are immediately... This guy is immediately going to, having been kind of prompted by Jeeves there, is going to do what he does. And he's going to dump this on the dock as well. As he dumps it on the dock... Why do I want to stand him on there? There we go. As he dumps it on the dock there, he then kind of reaches out to you, Thuna, for uppies. He's like...
That's a man,
It's a
full
grown man. Yeah.
Okay, Una's shaking and is so trying to give him the gladiator roll.
He's gonna try to do that on another turn. The other dock workers are darting this way.
Running.
They're actually darting to help, and you recognize people that may recognize that the house is in need of help. And you see a side of Uciarian folk who treasure what the house has done for them. A city, a society free of unsanctioned violence, where everyone gets the same pay, everyone is looked after, everyone gets the same amount of food. Heaven. Absolute heaven. I'm joking. As they run to help, you can see that the dock workers up here are running inside. They come back out with heavy crossbows, huge kind of things. And you see a side of "Don't fuck with Uciar." And as they aim down there, we are going to come down to Magnazella. What would you like to do? There's one guy at the top here, one guy right behind you.
I'd like to keep going at this guy behind me.
Yeah.
Just keep doing my little knock people out. What I would like to do is do some sort some fire breath of sorts, but I'm worried it's gonna knock the boat. You know, like if I do the fire, it's gonna take the boat with it, kind of thing. And I'm still on. We got people on the boat. I'm worried about the consequences of my actions.
Oh, okay.
What's the worst that can happen?
I do want to say, and I'm sure Krirg would have had this conversation with anyone, he does not care if something bad happens at any time. So, if it's Krirg you're worried about, just know that, he'll make eye contact with you and give you, one of these, yeah.
You have to trust me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something.
Yeah, me trust you implicitly.
That's good.
The most important part of anything is we've already got the crates off of there,
This is
so it
true.
doesn't matter what you do to the boat.
All right. I think I'd like to do some dragon breath.
Absolutely. What does it look like when you use your breath of the dragon? And you get to decide whether it's in a cone or a line.
I guess go big or go home. I guess we're going for a cone.
Beautiful. Excellent. As in a cone?
Oh God, that's so big.
But
I think it's...
you can move first. So if you want to get to this side of the boat and go
Yeah, because I was
that
thinking
way,
the other way.
We're going to turn it into a speedboat.
You might even be able to come here and just get those two guys in a
Yeah,
line.
the straight line, maybe.
It's up to you. What do you want to do? You've got enough speed and you're a monk that you could jump up on the pole, or you could go anywhere on that board.
Okay.
If you describe it, very cool. And I'll give you that so you can actually see
Okay.
where it's gonna hit.
Great.
Yeah.
Because I mostly want to get. I want to get this bottom half, so I think I'd like to get over here.
Yeah.
I think actually, can I just move back here?
Yeah, you can step back with Krirg
and
there.
then go that way.
Nice.
That's what I want to do.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He started it.
Excellent. What does it look like when you get your fire breath ready?
I'm doing some meditative breaths. I'm in for 4, out for 4.
Out on a
Triangle cone breath.
S.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. As you burst out your breath, fire, acid, what were you going with?
I'm gonna go with. Can I do lightning?
You can go lightning, yeah, absolutely. The flashing of the blue, the smell of burning ozone. Dexterity saving throw, he rolled a 16 plus some nonsense, so he succeeds, but you were going to do half damage. If you want to go ahead and roll 2d6 for me, please.
4, 2.
Excellent, so 6 halved to 3. Beautiful. 3 points of lightning damage there. He is hanging in as it kind of forks out Palpatine style and back in. Anything else you want to do? That was your action. You've got your bonus actions left.
I like to use a dart and try to see if I can.
Yeah, you can bonus action use that attack to fling a dart real quick.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. 12.
12 plus.
Plus 8.
Excellent. Dirty 20. It strikes him actually between the armor where it splits here. If you want to go ahead and roll a d4 plus 4.
Oh, 1. plus 4 is 5.
Hell yeah.
5 points of damage.
I graduated kindergarten. Let's go.
He's not looking fantastic at all, but he's still hanging in there.
God, man.
Scorched. Beautiful. Excellent. Anything else you want to do?
I think I just look at the people near me and go, I'm trying my best.
I implore you. Start of the round, end of the round, but at the top of the next round, you just see the sorcerer captain there, just pulling out a tiny little whistle and just a very light, barely audible, just a little pipe whistle, and the enormous flagship cannons no longer fire. There's no ringing of a bell or anything, and she just gives you a look top of the round, Jeeves, what would you like to do?
All right, well, all of the crates are clearly off of that boat.
That
Thumbs
boat,
up,
yeah.
y'all did a fantastic job. I'm going to move 40 feet, if we can, toward in that direction, and my disc will follow behind me.
Excellent.
I'm on the disc.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Here I go.
And I'm going to attempt to look at Eli. I don't know how much I can see in there. This thing is really annoying. I'm going to try and dispel magic on the effect that is there.
Excellent.
At 3rd level, I don't know if that will require...
I will need a roll. This is a 4th level spell, unfortunately.
Oh,
so that'll be a
jeez.
d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
that is a total of 17.
17, beautiful. The snow, the ice stops falling. It actually starts to suck back up into the air. And it is gone.
Yes, that's right. There's no need for all of that. Eli, can you stop fooling around with all of this showboating and get the darn crate? And that's my turn.
Excellent. That's going to bring us down to the Navy. With that little pipe being blown. They are going to try to make their way back to this tiny vessel. Problem is, they're not all going to make it. And as one of them gets on, as this guy's going to stay at you, Magnazella, because you are pissing him off.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this guy's going to step over the bodies of these guys, of the Uciar workers, and it's just going to be like, and stab you. He dropped his slow, so he's going to stab you twice there. One is going to be a 16, and the other's going to be a 23.
They both hit.
Okie dokie.
Oh no.
As he stabs out at you, that is 2 6s on d6s. That is going to be, I believe, 20 points of damage. Where are we? Plus 3. No, 18 points of damage there, halved to 9. Yeah, as he stabs out at you twice, and then he's going to yeet himself into the water. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Oh
if you
man, am I taking that?
Excellent, go for it.
18.
18 will hit, yeah.
So that's a d12.
D12, yeah.
Plus 8 total. That's 4 plus 8 is 12.
12 points of damage as you stab him. Dives into the cold, frigid waters here. As he starts to try and swim away, these guys are trying to do the same. They make their way into the water. Final guy is going to stab at you.
How you looking, Zella?
I'm just annoyed.
That is a 16 to hit you.
Okay.
Okay, that hits.
That's your armor class, right? So you have an 18 armor class, so a 16 does not hit.
Does not hit? Oh, beautiful. Excellent. Okay, so as he jabs out at you, how do you deflect this?
Yeah, I use my quarterstaff and I go.
As you knock him away, he is going to fuck this, and he's going to try and jump out. You do get an attack of opportunity, and I believe you have Sentinel, which means if you do hit him, he can't move, and he'll stay right next to you.
Ooh.
If you wish to.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me.
course.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a punch there.
A punch?
Yes, please.
Is that...
Unarmed strike or a quarterstaff attack. It's up to you. Just any attack roll. As he runs out of your range there.
Yeah, I'll do a quarterstaff strike.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I like my boy. 6.
9.
9.
Plus 8,
Plus
right?
8, yeah. 17?
17 does hit.
Heck yeah.
Go ahead and give me your damage, and he freezes right beside you there.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me your damage roll, if you would please.
4.
4 plus... What's your modifier there? 4 plus 4 is 8. Beautiful. 8 points of damage to him. He is not looking great. Excellent.
Why is he so tough?
Nevian Navy.
Excellent. That is going to bring us down to the sorcerer captain, and she is going to... Does she have gust of wind? I hope she has gust of wind. She's going to look down, and you watch as she kind of rotates her hands in a sphere-like motion, reaches under the ship there, and there's a sculpted explosion, and that little dinghy kind of... The back of it kind of arches up, and it rushes forward off the map there, out of the way, as she kind of propels their way forward away from you and your tentacle. As they dart away, that is going to bring us down to Krirg.
I yell after the people running away, and I say, "You better run, you cowards!"
Yeah, we are! You've got...
And I got this guy.
Yeah.
He's sentineled, right? He can't-
This guy's sentinel, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put him up there so you can see him, yeah. But you and Magnazella are like shoulder to shoulder.
Do we have... These two are swimming. They can't get away.
He's dead.
This guy's dead.
He's dead. He got yeeted.
He's dead. He got yeeted and killed. I do like how it stayed
was
there.
great.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just gonna push him over.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna like
Excellent,
give him one of these, like just a nudge.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Give me a real quick athletics check with advantage. I need you to beat a 13.
All right. I got a 13 plus 8.
Excellent. While he's still kind of partially paralyzed by the sentinel.
In fact, I'm doing it as I'm getting off the boat because I'm like, we're done here. Like I'm nudging him over and stepping up. I'm like, all right, time to get back to. I'm headed my way back over this way. Kirk's done.
Excellent.
He's going to grab.
I think you've still got jump on, right?
Yeah.
So you can be like.
But it's realistically like he's just like strolling.
Yeah,
he's
gotcha.
moseying back. He's just like pushes this guy over. He's like, done. This is over.
Beautiful.
Time to go back drinking.
Like he starts singing his drinking song.
The guy up top starts mimicking it as you sing. Thuna, Elijah, over to you. These guys are all swimming away at this point, and the crate is just.
I will look back to Jeeves to respond. Don't worry, friend. It's sinking. It's already secure. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to have the tentacle whip another boat towards these people. Like another lifeline.
Another dinghy, yeah.
Another small fishing
Absolutely,
boat.
yeah.
Just like, it can't grab or push or anything like that, but I can just like smack it in their direction, offer them a lifeline. So
Excellent. Beautiful.
I guess we're done here.
Excellent. Thuna?
I want to fight the urge, but I can't because I am Thuna. I look in the box. I look in the crate.
The crate is completely like nailed and sealed shut. It would be an action to try and pop it open.
I have an action.
Go ahead and make an athletics check. Make an
action right here.
Athletics check for me.
Athletics.
I have one of those. I have one of those.
I have one of them. I have a bonus. Okay.
I'm not very strong. I'm a little guy.
It is a higher DC. Now one.
Maybe.
The box opens you.
You start to try and.
No, wait! Oh, boy.
You start to try and lift the box, and it just. It doesn't fall in the water. It fell where it fell. It is just sitting on the stone down the bottom of the docks there.
I look around. I look around, being like, I wonder how that could have happened.
Krirg gives you one of these.
Panics, just waves. And bonus action wise, no more hostile stuff is going on in my immediate vicinity, right?
No, not at all.
Great. Then what I will do is rip off a patch on my messenger bag and just like throw it, and I want it to smack Krirg's chest. It's a potion of healing. So you can heal 4d4 plus 4.
Great. Excellent.
Take one.
Beautiful.
Bashing, or one piercing from the broken glass.
4, 3, 2. So that's 12 plus 4, 16. I think I'm back to full.
Beautiful. Excellent.
Yeah, she's definitely like cutting eyes at Elijah to make sure he didn't see her do anything untoward. But yeah, that's her action.
Excellent. That was just a regular potion of healing?
Yes.
Great. So that would be 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, so sorry.
Oh,
so
it's
sorry.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, not 44 plus 4. But just take half. Just take half. That's fine. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, beautiful. That is going to bring us down to the dock workers. The dock workers immediately recognizing that something here needs to be done. It swims.
Jump off the dock.
They do. They jump down to kind of help out with what's going on here, and to help out with the. He's going to kind of climb up and run around and try to help with the bodies of the friends make their way back out to their ship. I've been in Atlanta for too long. As they make their way back out to their ship, we are going to go ahead and take a break.
Well done, everybody. No one died.
Yeah.
Well, lots of people died.
Us. I mean, people who matter.
We're back! We're back at the Uciar docks after this little battle to try and stop a shipment that you have been told must make it into the city, into the house, told by your handler, who we'll meet eventually. But we come back to this moment with Magnazella underwater, with the final crate needing to be taken. The Nevium Navy officers kind of making their way out to the huge man of war out to the side there, only visible through a little bit of moonlight and fog. And as they make their way back onto the ship, you see that the ship is drifting away. That ship could level this entire dock, but the ramifications of that are far too intense to consider, and they don't have clearance for that, frankly. And as they sail off, we come back to this moment. You underwater, you there with your tentacle, you there with Percival, you there running back to the large individual holding his stein there. He's kind of grabbed another one out of nowhere. He's got one of those like never-ending flask sort of things, so he just kind things. So he just kind of pours you one and goes, oh, bloody brilliant.
He's got a collar.
Gotta make up some time, so I just down that as quick as possible and reach out for, because I've been busy fighting for the last few minutes.
Hands you another one?
Yeah. Then we're like, huge cheers, and we just hit the steins together.
Freeze frame.
Start a
Small town girl.
start a song. Start a drinking song.
Excellent. Do you want me to drop you a beat?
There's a spotlight moment.
Let's say hypothetically start a drinking song.
Great. I hand it back to you all here on the docks. The spotlight is yours, collectively.
I'm just gonna point the pike down towards the water. The water will start to shift and roil, and then, like a hand almost, it will just pick Magnazella up, arc over in a wave, and crash back down onto the dock.
Water displaced, this crate landing in front, and the crates are all safe.
Yeah, well, I'm going to, of course, go down, just like vault down and throw the other one up, like, over there to land on the thing.
It is heavy.
It's fine, I got it.
Really heavy.
Yeah, no problem.
Make an athletics check.
Sure. Love to. 28.
28.
Oh my god.
Even with a 28, it is heavy, but you were able to and it lands, no problem. This mild-mannered butler.
I told you he does this in his spare time, tossing kegs and...
That's right.
Literally, we did this morning. It's not a problem. Fine. All right, so we need to get all of these together. Intern, can you help get this on the thing? And we need to get these back to Lily. Lily is going to be waiting for them.
The big boxes. To hide. Yes, of course. Of course. Pushing
mime work.
Very, very hard trying to get these crates to where they should be. I a bolt of lightning just struck my brain, and now it works. I could very easily move these, actually. But
then I wouldn't have the things I need. Never mind. I do a big gasp, and I'm like, oh, you know what I could use? Gumption. And I just keep pushing.
Excellent.
Some elbow grease.
You're able to take a bit of time and either load them onto the tensor's floating disc to get them to a horse-drawn carriage, or take them by floating disc the entire way. But needless to say, you load up these 3 enormous crates. Not enormous, but heavy. 3 heavy crates, like a was it 44-gallon drum? 80-gallon drum? Can't remember. Big ass crates. That's the metric term on this cart, ready for you guys to head back to take the hour or so journey back into Uciar.
I hop in. I'm like, me can drive back if anyone want me to take care of the carriage. Me got it.
Does Krirg look drunk?
Krirg, make a con saving throw.
It's an 11 plus 1.
A 12. He's not sober, but he looks good enough to drive. You smell a bit of ale on him.
I don't trust it. I'll drive.
Don't drink and drive. Okay.
Once we're all on the vehicle and traveling, I'm actually going to have Percival come over with a tray and offer tray of goodies to each individual.
Holy shit.
You're doing it, Peter!
Wait, I need to put an NPC on the carriage! Drunk guy's there as well.
Give me one!
Just taking one.
Take
This
one
is
back.
offered to us by a penguin?
Yes, the penguin.
It's gonna...
As you, I'll let everyone else pick first.
And anyone who eats them does get 4 temporary hit points until the end for the next 8 hours. I think it lasts. or
I get
whatever.
what?
4 temporary hit points as long as you eat it. You know.
Thank you so much.
Krirg raises it like a shot glass to everyone. He says, "Cheers, everybody!"
Cheers! I was going to ask you about it. Could I get a lift back to you, Uciar?
Hey, man, this carriage going where it going?
Amen.
As the carriage trundles on, you leave the docks behind. You head down a rather cobbled stone path that then leads to a straight up dirt path. In the very, very early hours of the morning, the sun only beginning to crest.
I'm so sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying right now.
They can, that's all that matters. As you make your way, I would love to know, on this rather large carriage, you've got like 2-seater positions up front, like a sniper's den nest up top. The crates are built in the back there. I don't mind how and where you are, but as you trundle on, I'd love to know how you're traveling, what you guys are doing to aid travel, and what you do over this hour that can double as a short rest, if you wish. But for now, I'd love to hand it over to you guys. Having secured the goods that you were told to secure, and heading back to Uciar to meet up with Lily Scrike, one of Jacob's lieutenants and the handler for this group. I hand it back to you guys to let you eat your temporary hit points and tell me what you're getting.
I think Thuna is like very obviously staring at Elijah in like wonder, like wide eyes, like waiting for him to say something first, and is like,
Are you all right?
yeah, that was so cool. How'd you do that?
What do you mean?
She dives into a play-by-play of the last 15 minutes of like how he like summoned a spear and then the tentacle came out of the water and then he shone a light on his face and he made people turn away just with the sound of his voice. And I'm like describing this like it's an epic legendary tale. Like bards would write tales about the way I'm talking about him in the last 15 minutes of our lives. And I'm like, and then everything was okay. How'd you do that?
The legends about me are far, far overstated.
That's not true. I can prove it.
Oh, it is. And the tentacle will writhe back down under my sleeve, and the pike will just disappear back into a salty puddle off the back of the carriage. Trust me, far overstated.
I trust you with my life.
Intern, huh?
Thuna.
How long you been here?
But intern's fine. You can call me intern. I have been here a couple weeks. And it's going so good. I just had my first murder.
Krirg just reaches out for a high five. He's like, yeah, you did!
And you high five her, just like, ow! Ow! Okay, great. Yes. And I did it without any help, just like you told me to when I was 12.
I'm sorry, what?
She immediately pulls out an autographed piece of paper from him on his like politician's tour. That he was like, kissing baby, shaking hands, signing autographs. And she was very little at this time. So she remembers him in all of his glory, all of the propaganda that they were using to like bolster him at the time, fully in her heart. Like she believed it. It wasn't just like them trying to position an admiral for a political seat. For her, it was like, because he's a hero, he should lead us. And she pulls that out and she's like, do you remember me?
Shit, do I remember?
Roll a history check for me.
It'll break her heart if you say no.
Well, 16.
I'll say with a 16, you remember doing a brief tour to the Farcliff Mountains, which are south of Nevium, along that coastline there. The Farcliff Mountains, the undermines there. And it was like... Picture the undermines similar to the underground society in the Matrix. Stalactites and stalagmites, like yellowy kind of lights, but with a gnomish and Dwergar technical kind of triumph. There are artificer inventions and things in there that make life way easier. They don't need fresh air, they can kind of process it themselves. So you would have toured this area in order to just gain favor, and there were a lot of enthusiastic school children as you kind of toured the schools. Maybe there's a little bit of it does like ring a bell.
A distant bell.
I'm so glad I put that within reach.
The Farcliff tour, right? You pushed the little gnome boy out of the way.
Oh my god, you remember me. I shoved him right to the ground so I could be first to get your autograph.
I look to the drunk guy. Nailed that shit.
I say, yeah, you did.
No, I wish I could live up to whatever it is.
Sir,
here.
you just did. An arm came out of the water. And it smacked a boat into another boat. You were standing in the hailstorm, wind whipping across your face, hair blowing in the breeze with a spear and like I guess a tentacle that lives in your upper armpit. I don't know. I don't care. So cool. Can I get you a coffee?
Yes.
Sure.
Great. She rips off a patch on her messenger and just like smacks it into her hand and it's like, here you go.
Kind of shakily takes a drink and then I guess sits it in his other hand. Well, Thuna.
He said my name.
Krirg. Far more impressive than I was. Did you see the way the doc bowed when he just threw that man?
Be good at throwing stuff through other stuff.
It was amazing, and of course, Jeeves was there to support as always, like back in the old days, yeah? And Magnazella.
Just doing my job.
Oh, so you knew everybody's names?
I only... Well...
No, I'm new. It's fine.
Krirg has said his name 7 times since we've
Krirg
been on the cart, and I knew Jeeves from before.
Okay.
Percival is just sitting there.
Magnazella and I have met, yes.
Me too. That's tall.
Yeah, I've gathered.
It's really
overhearing
cool.
this whole conversation.
It was so cool.
I want to put in my headphones, but I can't.
Have you also met Magnazella?
Hi. No, because see, she looks at me like that when I talk to her, so I try not to.
I'm like, where are my headphones? I swear I wrote that name.
You remember
I can't
they haven't
find
been
them.
invented yet.
Fuck!
Just stuffing fabric into your ears.
The drunkard kind of looks at you all and goes, "Oh, so you all know each other? Is that right? Friends, family, huh?"
Say, wasn't that your place right there? And I'm gonna try and shove him off.
Yeah. He spills his drink. Actually, you look at he's got his drink. He's held it all right there. Cheers.
I try to grab it out of his hand because of my
Yeah, you can snatch it out.
Later, friend.
There's a Willem Dafoe like drop to the ground.
Cheers.
He goes, Oh.
No.
Me turn to Jeeves and like, man, that got crazy back there. Good thing me and you were there to make sure everything stayed on track, just perfect.
Indeed. the crates appear to be undamaged. Doesn't look like they managed anyone. It looks like someone tried to open this one, but I think we made it just in time before they could actually get that.
Well, I mean, there's no way to make sure they're not damaged unless we open them.
Yes!
You can inspect the outside and look for damage. Usually, if it's not damaged on the outside and it was packed properly, it's good on the inside.
But you never know, because those crates were thrown all over place. So maybe they broken on. Until we open crate, we not know what inside crate. It can be a superposition in which it is both damaged and not damaged at the same time until we see it with our eyes.
And I would like to point out, I mean, I'm curious to know what it is that we were just all sacrificing our lives for these crates. I would love to, I'm curious what exactly we're sacrificing ourselves for. I think we have a right to know.
Well, I believe the term is house business. That's what we all signed on for. We are conducting house business, and the exact business is not ours to ascertain. We know this was important. We know that it was supposed to be brought to them, and we know that we are not supposed to be inventorying the contents. We're not responsible for that. We're responsible to bring undamaged crates.
Yeah, you're right. Me agree with you 100%, Jeeves. Let's vote.
It's sure, I don't think this is a democracy. Let me check the UCR manual here and see if it says the House manual says anything about voting on delivery of crates. Nope, I don't see anything about
but there's
voting.
nothing in rulebook that say dog can't. I mean, there's nothing in rulebook that say can vote on decisions.
I mean, yes, but Lily might not be in agreement with that. Does anybody want to wrestle with Lily afterwards? No, right? That's...
While that conversation is taking place, I am just casually going to look down at the crowbar that Thuna has kind of strapped to the back of her gear.
Holding it.
And I'm just going to look at it and give it a glance once or twice. I don't say anything, I just give it a glance once or twice and look at her.
Your Honor, I have something to Your Honor!
Do you need one to wait?
No, I'm fine.
I am going to telepathically communicate with Elijah.
Excellent, Elijah. A voice pops into your head.
Hi, so sorry to bother you in your mind. Quick question. Should I use this crowbar to open it?
I give another look to the crowbar. Maybe.
Is it like a maybe that like kind of leans towards absolutely Thuna, I believe in you and trust in you? Or is it more like leaning over to the Thuna, if you do this, I will lose respect for you, kind of maybe?
I trust your judgment.
Oh my god, you trust my judgment. I would like to sneakily use a crowbar.
Absolutely.
While Jeeves is distracted.
Beautiful.
And then for this I'm really going over
Right,
the
but-
manual with you, like kind
But
of going.
Percival has ratted me out before. I would like to give him a little treat.
Okay.
So I would rather like not have my temporary hit points and just like to distract Percival so that I can.
You're using the half-eaten temporary.
I give him half. I give him half a treat.
Here's what I'm gonna do. First thing I'm gonna do is get you to roll a persuasion check for Percival.
Oh no. Okay. Okie dokie, lemon
This will
sneaky.
determine whether your sleight of hand gets a buff or not.
Okay,
As
persuasion.
Percival's kind of looking at you.
Why would he be
twitching a
looking
little
at me? No one looks at me. I'm little.
What noise do penguins make?
I feel like it's like between a quack and a honk.
Quonk.
Okay.
Did you just say quonk?
Okay. That is an 8, so not that
8.
high.
Just kind of pushes his beak out the way and kind of nudges it back at you.
Turns his beak up at it.
Yeah, how dare you. So you're just gonna make a flat sleight of hand check here against
Fine.
Maybe
Maybe I
Percival.
will.
And everyone else.
Sleight of hand is pretty good. That's a 4 plus 13.
For a total of
17. And if it's not enough, I have another bonus action. I'd like to boost it with my psi bolstered knack.
Would you like to do that?
Yep, sure would. Thanks for asking. So only if this D8 that I'm adding to it helps me pass, do I expend this?
Yep. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So, man. Oh, jeez, Louise. That is a 3, so it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
You have your passive there for Percival.
Oh yeah, the passive for Percival, I believe, is
Just be the flat wisdom if there's no actual.
No, he's I got a +1 to perception. So does that make 10 plus the number, right?
Yeah.
So that's 19.
19. Excellent.
So I just make it.
You just make it.
Because you trusted me. And then I'm like, I like, while Percival is like, no, I don't, I made the treats. I don't want your treats. She's just gonna, with the crowbar under her arm and pop it open.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage to pop that open there.
Come on, Mama needs a new crate.
I like how your sweets are in the tray as well.
Yeah.
I don't get to eat this unless I pass the check.
That's what I'm like, I mean, okay. Nat 20. So
Barely perceptible
yeah.
as it just kind of pops off. No one notices this except you with your own passive perception.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I like, because I'm in the driver's seat, there's like a rear view glass thing,
Yeah.
the equivalent of it, and I like see something suspicious and I just like tilt it slightly upwards and I'm like, I saw nothing.
Got you. Love you.
It clearly says that we're not supposed to do stuff like this, and you can't prove a negative. You can't say because we're not supposed to do it. It doesn't say we're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, me understand that. But what negative mean?
You pop the lid off the crate. As you pop the lid off the crate, it slides open ever so slightly. And inside there is a viscous, dark liquid. And in this viscous, dark liquid, you see chunks of like pale yellow honeycomb. This crate is filled with honeycomb and honey.
But it's all like black.
It's all black because of the light.
Oh, okay.
But it is like dark amber.
Okay.
And honey. Bit of a golden tinge to it.
I would like to use my poisoner's kit to use a vial to like scoop a little and just close it back.
You scoop it.
Close it.
Lid on.
And I immediately go in my mind to him. Thanks for the assist. That was great. Teamwork is awesome. I think we should work together all the time.
I'm sorry, what?
Perfect. As that is extracted, you guys trundle on for another 40 or so minutes. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Shine the spotlight on as we trundle towards Uciar, or shall we?
For sure, I know that there was talk of some water or something. I need to clean that up before it damages the thing. So I'm going to prestidigitate that salty
puddle
water
that's right next to the salty puddle of a
yes,
demon. Yeah.
exactly. Definitely want to do that. And then just make sure everything's nice and tidy, and not notice an unopened crate at all.
100%. 100%. Okay.
I because I remember that headphones have not been invented, I start humming to myself, but like just quietly enough that people can't hear me. But it's like just a little bit, just to soothe myself.
Give yourself something to breathe with. Okay. After not too long, you start to approach the tall, multi-story Gothic buildings of Uciar. Even in the morning light, it has that dark, slightly depressing and oppressive look and feel to it. The streets themselves are stone with kind of tinges of copper on them. The buildings themselves have these beautiful, they would be beautiful if it weren't for the darkness of the city, these beautiful kind of tiled roofs that have a copper kind of sheen to them. As you head through the city of Uciar, where poverty is non-existent, violent crime is virtually unheard of, apart from the sanctioned beatings, and the wealth divide is incredibly narrow. Everyone has access to everything. You trundle through, past the food stalls, the shelters set up, past the schooling district, past the marketplace, the bazaar, well-stocked but incredibly dull, if you consider perhaps all home brand labels on everything. And as you make your way through this city of paradoxes, comfort but oppression, wealth divided equally, but sadness and discontent rife, you trundle in towards the center of the city, where a beautiful, beautiful mansion sits. Akin to Edo in Japan, that kind of beautiful estate in the center of this well-built city. You can see that there is somewhat of a courtyard out front and a number of smaller buildings that then lead to the multi-storied house in the center. As your carriage trundles up towards the house gates there, Jeeves, you need only pop your head out for the guards to immediately raise the portcullis, breathe, and as the portcullis is raised, the carriage trundles in. As it trundles into this courtyard in the house, you are met by a single figure at the foot of the stone steps. You see a beautiful elven woman. Must be in her 30s, about 6 foot tall. You can see she's got blonde hair in a bun, fringe cut ever so slightly short, dark brown eyes, eyebrow pierced, dark eyebrows, a black leather jacket with a white shirt, brown pants into black shin-high boots, large belt buckle, and a throwing axe strapped to her thigh and one to her back. And you see Lieutenant Lily Scrake. As you pull up, she's got her hands on her hips as she watches your carriage come to a stop there. The horse immediately kind of unstrapped and led away to some sort of nowhere near well enough kept for these sorts of animals, but some stables of sorts off to the side there. Almost immediately, another horse is brought out to take its place, just to keep them fresh. As you watch the horses walk away, Lily Scrake stands there waiting for you all to come down to her.
I will approach.
I'm carrying 2 of the crates.
Yeah.
I'm delivering them.
Absolutely, yeah. You gotta do that, like, waddle sort of thing where you're like,
Yeah.
it's kind of here, so you're gonna have to look to the side as you're walking. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like it's kind of low too, so like I'm like Percival right now. It's like where it's just like you can't take the steps in front of you, otherwise you hit the crates. But
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, the third, of course, on the tensor's floating disc.
Yes.
Just coming
along behind. Excellent.
Yeah.
Lily Scrake looks at you and says, Jeeves, well done. My commendations to all of you. I will be sure to let Jacob know that you have done good work, pending, of course, a debrief from you.
we all work really hard to make this happen, so you're welcome.
Okay, I'm standing right here. The volume can come down a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, me understand.
You the...
Yeah, it could.
Me pick up and high five him.
Lily Scrake kind of blinks for a second and says, you are to return to your duties. There is something in the pipeline after I have spoken to Jeeves that may be suitable to some of you. A venture. But Jacob and the house thanks you for bringing these precious materials to him. She kind of looks over the crates a little bit.
Intern, make sure the evening meal is prepared.
As you run away, you watch her stop at the crate that you popped open and just kind of run her finger along the staples and nails. She stops and she kind of looks at the rest of you and says, good, right, well, back to it. Jeeves, if you don't mind, I will have a quick word. And she takes Jeeves into the house. What would the rest of you be doing here?
Seeing the horses being changed out, and while kind of all of this is going on, I would like to walk over and I'm going to pull a grooming brush out of one of the bags on my belt. And I'm not going to interfere with the changeover, but I'm just simply going to like brush the horse that's being changed on so that it goes smoothly and they can get him strapped in to the carriage and everything.
Yeah. A bugbear, kind of gangly bugbear, comes over. Says,
Ah, are you one of the helpers? I know you. I've seen you before. You're the bigwig from up north, yes? You're staying in the house? Is it nice in the house?
I give him a nod before just going back to brushing the horse's hair.
yeah, he kind of leans on the stool and he says,
Ah, I myself dream of heading to Nevium. I've heard it's nice there. Nice horses.
as you continue to groom.
It's different.
Sorry, what?
It's different.
Oh, yes.
Different.
Maybe, if you have a spare room or something, somebody can come stay.
Oh, presumptuous.
I have a number of rooms, yes.
Okay, deal.
He kind of walks off.
And I just lean in and nuzzle the horse and just gently calm it.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna grab Thuna, cause
She goes running off and just.
You had first kill today. First drink's on me. We going to celebrate tonight.
Yes.
that's all Krirg needs to hear.
Oh, my duties.
Fine. Look, this is gonna be quick. Just one ale, and then you be right back to it.
One ale.
Yeah.
Never had ale. Love to have ale.
Magnazella, you down?
I take a swig of whatever you've got in your hand. Just a quick swig of it. I shove it back to you, and then I walk over to the horses, and I join you, just like meditatively combing these horses.
Yeah, I'll hand you the brush, and then pull some little, I don't know, carrot bits or treats or something, and I'll just kind of hang with you for a minute.
Yeah.
As we sit in almost silence and just kind of do our thing.
Excellent.
You from Nevium too?
No.
Ah. You ever been?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm only talking about pastor things. Ask me about nothing else.
Asked you about nothing else? Mm-hmm. What's the deal with nothing else?
Just why don't you just say no more words?
No more
Hear me
words.
out.
What?
Can you just leave me alone? I've had a bit of a day. I would just like to comb this horse in peace.
He slinks away. Jeeves, you are led into the house that you know so well. That opening foyer with the almost marble floors, the large stone columns holding up this beautiful kind of arched, almost dome-like interior. Staircase that winds up and comes to a center point with a large door at the top there. Underneath it, another door that leads into the main kind of the help quarters and that sort of thing. Doors off to your side, doors everywhere in this place. The enormous chandelier hanging. As you step in, Lily Scrike doesn't lead you. You kind of walk together. You are not equals, but you are also not below her, as you know very well. And as she walks with you, we do a walk and talk as we go through door after door, passing the kitchen and the
White gloves.
Yeah. She says to you, I trust it all went well, yeah?
We achieved the objective. The crates are here.
Good.
Group was interesting, but they served their purpose.
They owe a debt each to the house, and obviously Jacob trusts you to rein them in. If not, you know what will happen to them.
The question is, do they know what will happen to them?
Well, only time will tell. Please.
Kind of leads you into an area you know well to be like the war planning room. And as you step on in, no sign of Jacob nor his mother, but as you step on in, there is a large map on the desk there. The map of Butero and Axio. Axio being the continent that we are on today. Nevium in the north, the Tepico Wilds, the Farcliffe Mountains, and Uciar at the bottom. As you're led in, you can see that there is a mark in the center of the map, almost dead center of the map to the south. It's been marked off, and there's a circle around an island. She taps on it. You know where this is? Manet? You've heard of it?
Yes.
Yes. One of our successful acquisitions, I'll say. We need you to head there. You and your group. The ex-admiral, whatever you want to call him. He would be a valuable ally in this.
Has there been a sighting of Eleanor?
There has been no sighting of Eleanor, but there has been troubles on Manet. There are resources that we have been successfully collecting for a while now. And as of late, we have lost contact with the priests that we have put there to keep the creatures there under our thumb. I cannot stress enough how important it is that this goes right. For my sake and for Uciar's sake.
It will be done.
Good. One of the crates had a bit of wear and tear to it. Can you confirm that nobody has looked upon these items?
There was some struggle at the docks. One of them did get knocked off onto a lower level. It probably sustained damage there.
Understood. There will be a ship waiting for you and your crew down to the western docks there. Eastern docks. I get to my directions. Hold up her hand. She's got like left written on one arm, right written on the other. Right.
Left on one, west on the other.
Yeah. Left, not left.
I rely on Percival for that myself, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Our objective is just to go there and determine what happened with the priests. We are not returning anything. Do we have any?
If they have any supplies that we have been collecting, they will be crated up similarly to the crates that you previously procured. You are to bring them back also. The priority here is bringing back the goods, but making sure the people there are still aware that the house has their best interests at heart.
And is there anything we know, that we have maps of the settlement? Do we have any articles of information about the people we might be looking for?
Yes, 1 second, and she leans down, crouches down to Percival, and just kind of goes... Percival kind of cheeps back a little bit, and stands back up and says, Percival has been given the directions as far as sailing goes. These people, they are known as Yuan Ti, many of them. We successfully colonized the place a little while ago in order to make best use of their resources which were going to waste. We haven't heard from our priests there, and we fear the worst. The supply of gristle that they give us is important for the expansion of Uciar and the house's various enterprises.
Indeed. And the ship is ready to leave?
It should be ready by morning. Take the afternoon and the evening, and you are welcome to set sail first thing. If not sooner, but it will be ready. There's a small crew there to aid with the sailing, but you may be expected to pull a bit of weight. Not you, but...
I will pull weight.
I know you will.
Is there any further incentive we need to remind anyone of?
Tell them to look to where they came from if they have any doubts as to whether the house is in control or not.
Fantastic.
As always, you are not to look at the goods. I don't need to tell you that, but I feel that needs to be passed on.
Again, it was, I'm sure, was damaged from a fall that it took. There was quite a bit of Nevium interference in the delivery of these. Are we to expect that kind of interference on our way there?
As your admiral friend knows, Nevium has tried
with Monet, but it did not end well. The hard part is over. Simple retrieval of goods and calming of the Yuan Ti folk.
Fantastic. We'll get the group together.
Of course. She kind of nods. As you kind of turn away, she kind of wipes her brow and kind of goes to walk out the door there and leaves you to the house there. And she leaves. What's everyone doing now as a little bit of time passes?
Guess I'm drinking with Krirg.
So you guys go to the, would you go to the Rusty Tankard or the Shadow's Embrace?
Rusty Tankard.
I was just about to say, let's get
Krirg's,
rusty,
yeah.
baby.
That's, they know I'm there. They know Krirg.
It is like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m., 10 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. at the latest by the time you get there. Dimly lit bar with kind of smoke and the scent of like stale ale. There's wooden floors that kind of creak as you step in, and the walls have faded, like tattered banners from like old forgotten houses and flags and things like that. And as you step on in, all the chairs have been kind of popped up on the tables there, and there is a big, burly looking hobgoblin, like a red hobgoblin there, who just kind of looks up at you and goes, "Hey, Krirg!
Hey.
What do I owe the pleasure?"
Thuna got her first kill.
I'm
Thuna,
sorry.
You got a kill!
Oops.
Hey! Kind
Oh.
of reaches up, grabs a bit. Hey, first kill! Reaches up, we're not going to do that every episode, don't worry. Reaches up, grabs a bottle, and kind of.
People start coming back like it's TGIF.
Yeah.
You got your first kill.
Yeah,
you got your first kill.
the non-branded happy birthday song.
Yeah. Terrified.
Drinks are poured, single malt, just kind of. Take. Let me tell you, the first kill you never forget. They show up in your dreams. You see them when you pass a mirror. You're like, oh, what is that? And you see their face. It stays with you. Stays with you.
Sometimes you carry them around on your axe.
Yes. Did you get a keepsake from him?
You're supposed to take from.
You're supposed to
people
take.
you kill?
Some people eat the heart for courage. Some people consume the brain for intelligence. Some people collect trophy.
I just kind of like screamed and.
Battle cry.
Yeah, but surely you took something from the battle. Anything from the battle can count as trophy.
She surely took something. And don't call her Shirley. High five!
Yeah!
Yarg! Yeah, I took something. Of course I did. From him.
Yeah.
Yes. And it is a secret.
Oh! Secret trophy!
We like secret trophy.
That kind of best kind.
Yeah, we're not going to press that.
We go opposite direction with my trophies.
You're very loud with your trophies. What was the one just before this one? Before the skull head? You had another trophy.
I had ring finger knuckle.
That's right.
Me still wearing it.
Oh, fantastic.
That's a knuckle from a hand?
Yeah. It was on his wedding day, so we took the ring finger.
Oh!
I remember. They were like, does anybody have any objection to this union? And you ran in and just cut his head.
You said, me do!
Okay, well.
And that was his name too, Midu.
Midu? Okay,
Yeah.
well, here's to Midu.
To Midu.
Clink.
Clink, clink. Shot down. As you take your shots down. Jeeves. You have a ring. What would be a way, do you think, that the house would get in touch with the people that are meant to work for it? Interns, cleaners, that sort of thing, when they're not at work.
I think maybe like an earring or something.
Beautiful.
That would. But and because this happens all the time. Like the help is the help. They're out drinking and they forget they're supposed to be at a shift or whatever. So it only makes noise in their ear, but it's really loud.
Mm-hmm. You start to hear this.
I was really hoping that was unrelated. No, that's so
And
loud.
Krirg's in the middle of a story saying like, oh yeah, and then me 30th kill, it was the guy had red hair,
all the way up to here, and me took the hair for trophy, but then it.
And Krirg just keeps going. Like
He kept doing prop comedy, didn't he?
Yeah.
You were like, none of that, please. And there was a guy that was squashing melons as well.
Yeah,
and you were
and
like,
me
no.
took Melon and squashed him with it.
Yeah.
Well, me go to work now. Great murder drink.
Come on, have one more. Just one drink.
I will have.
What's going on with your ear? You got something stuck?
You hear the voice of the man you killed? That happens
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's
Usually,
what's happening.
Usually they whisper.
Yeah.
They just whisper.
No, it's so loud. It's so loud.
Okay, maybe I can speak up and help you so you can hear the rest of the story.
She starts like backing out. She's like, yeah, I'll have one more. Okay, I'll see you at the house. And she's like running a little. She's never had a drink before. She's very small. So she's like, pinballing in between the alleys.
You dart past the various shops and things.
Me put my arm around the bartender as she's going away and say,
They grow up so fast.
That was literally perfect. As you and Boris kind of stand together, you would hear the beginnings of that buzz. You don't work for the house, but you are security, right? So you are on the premises at least. But just a ringing to know that your shift has essentially started, even after having done this overnight work here, as you two are at the stables there. You would watch as Lily Scrike kind of walks out across the courtyard all the way through, past, gives you a nod, gives you just a glance, no nod, but just a glance, and continues out the front gates. Portcullis lifted, shut. One of the many lieutenants here in Uciar, Lily Scrike, is cold, but perhaps the most affable. And that's saying something. Hand it over to you guys.
I gotta say, I have to say, Lily's quite nice to look at. I'd be lying if I said she wasn't. And I just felt like I needed to say that and make it known. And we can just let that go, but I did need to say it. And we can just forget I said it.
It's alright, you weren't wrong. Are you alright today?
It's just been like a wild couple hours, and there's been a lot of fighting and a lot of drinking from other people. Everyone's kind of losing their minds, and I don't really like it. I like my structure, I like my routine, and it's been really thrown off recently. And so I just feel very distraught, I think.
Well, I mean, we could go for a ride, get away for a while.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of nice.
Okay, well, let's do that then.
Wow.
You saddle up.
I get a little hoarse.
As you start saddling up.
Do you need a hand with any of that?
No! Get out!
He leaves. I know when an NPC isn't wanted. He leaves.
That's the quickest way to get an NPC to come back.
Yeah, 100%. As you guys saddle up and head to the front portcullis, it lifts once more. No, it doesn't lift. It is shut, and Thuna is there, and the guards are going, "Who are you? Who? I can't hear you."
Thuna, intern, new.
Because you have intern on your badge. Do you have some ID, please? A badge that looks at you through the gate.
Open the gate. I'm going for a
Yes,
ride.
sir.
Come on!
Scurry in.
I look at Thuna and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you drunk? It's what, 10 a.m.?
What are you, my mother?
Ew, no.
Thank God.
Just want to make sure you're okay.
Oh, thanks. Very drunk, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna regret this. But we are going for a ride. Would you like to come?
Is the ringing still happening in my
As soon
ear?
as you step over the threshold, it like diminishes.
I think Thuna recognizes how rare of an offer this is for Magnazella, and is like, well, there goes that. Like, she's like, I can't. Like, I'm going to start bleeding from my ears. Like, it's so intense that she knows not only will she get reprimanded by Jeeves, but, like, she could injure herself by ignoring the house. Like, she signed this contract. And she goes, oh, no, you go and ride into the sunset, and I... like drunk burp, I'm gonna just start my shift and everything's gonna be very fine too as well.
Perhaps tomorrow then.
Tomorrow, bye! And like keeps running.
Derek, she does work here. Let her in.
Yeah, Derek.
Beg your pardon?
I'm sorry.
She's already gone.
I've had ale, I'm so sorry.
He just has like a clipboard and he just jots down, like looks you up and down, jots you down, and just scribbles something beside it. As you were, sorry, sir. Portcullis closes. As it closes, you two gallop off, and you catch the glimpse of a blonde-haired elven woman kind of stepping out into the streets there. As you dart on into the house, you get to one of the side entrance doors. As you open the door, you bump into someone roughly your height, a very stocky, well-built Dwergar with a beard and a bunch of artificer kind of items on him. Goggles, he kind of pulls the goggles off and goes, "Oh, right, sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit you there."
Oh my god, you're
Hey.
from home.
Oh,
Hi.
you're from the Undermines?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I haven't been there in a while. Sorry, I'm just...
You should go back. If you can go back, you should go back.
He like glances.
Live your life, no regrets.
He says, "I'm sure if you could go back, you'd go back." So points at the house.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Smells like
What are you
iron
doing
filings
here?
and like sawdust. So.
Yeah, she's immediately curious. Like, how did someone from the Undermines get into the house?
I've been contracted to throw a little something together for the house. So yeah. Sorry, I'm quite tired. It's been.
Thuna!
Is that your catchphrase?
That? I'm the intern. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Del DeLance.
Del Delance.
Right.
Great. That's so good. I am feeling great today, Del.
Good. Maybe you should sleep off, something like that.
Can't. Gotta work.
All right.
Speaking of work, what are you working on?
I can't tell you that. Sorry. Love.
Is it a secret?
It is. It's a big secret.
I have a secret too, Del.
Right. You probably shouldn't tell me.
Oh, I thought we could maybe tell each other our secrets.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh! Okay. Oh, dang, I'm not proficient. Okay, well, here goes everything.
That's a 2 because she's drunk. So plus 3, it's a
He goes,
5.
Okay, sorry. Bit close. Takes a step back away from you as you're like, yeah. He goes,
Do you take a step closer?
Yeah, I was like, where are you going, friend?
as you follow him, MC Scat Cat and Paula Abdul style. I'm born in the wrong decade.
That took me back, man. That took me back.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Listen, Thuna, maybe when I come back in the evening to work a bit more, we'll have a chat, but I really got to get some sleep."
Sure, Del. Live your life, no regrets.
Make sure you follow that advice as well.
Oh, too late for that, Del. But that's a secret, and we're not telling each other secrets. And she boops him on the nose.
Right. Well, have a good day. I've got to go. And he just turns and steps away.
She goes, what a nice guy. Waving at like an empty hallway for a couple seconds before she runs off to the kitchen to try and do her job a little.
Run off to the kitchen. As we kind of speed through the day here, I'd love to know what each of you would get up to. We'll come to you guys in a moment, but what you guys would get up to in a typical day, either working at the house, working near the house, or around the house, that would lead us in towards the evening.
Krirg would go around after he would sleep off all the ale that he'd been drinking.
Day sleep,
yeah. And first thing up out of bed at like noon.
Crack at noon.
Close to like 3 or 4 p.m. maybe.
Well, that's a big jump. Noon, maybe 3 or 4 p.m.
Yeah, no, I was counting, like, it's not, if he was drinking at 10.
Yeah, last drink at 10. Yeah, we'll say like 3 or 4.
Yeah. First thing up in the morning is he sharpens his axe every day, sharpens and oils his weapon, does a little bit of training, does his rounds. I think like his collection the collection for the house has become a little bit easier. If he's got, he schedules it out, and he tries to be friends with everyone that he collects money from, so he doesn't want a repeat of his past experience. So he tries his best to like help people out, and will even do odd jobs to help them raise the money that they need to be raising. So he's mercenary in name, but also in how he tries to. He's a gig worker. I just realized. Krirg does gigs. Like he'll go Uber people around, like pick people up and take them to where they need to get going. Yeah.
You head to Vera's Potion and Alexa's, and you speak to Vera Windrider there. You head to the Enchanted Emporium, the Ironclad Armory, where you're able to get like another whetstone, or like get your whetstone kind of wet. Meet Thorin there. Silken Dreams Tailoring, Isabella LaRue, a tailor there who is takes the finest quality items, takes the finest quality materials and makes absolute magic garments with them. And you're able to offset what they have to pay by putting in a little labor yourself for them, if that makes sense. And as you come back to the Greenleaf Herbalist, it is no longer run by the individual that it was run by, and there's a little in your gut when you step on in and hear the ding-ling-ling.
Yeah, my business there tends to be short.
Yes, you step on in and you meet Eldara, a gentle, wise, kind of gnomish woman. She kind of trots around the counter there, the same height as the counter. Goes, "Hello, good to see you.
Hi, Eldara.
You need your cash?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
Anything you need this week?
No, it's okay. Anything you need.
No, come on, Eldara.
I can
Stop.
get you whatever you need.
No.
Why is this the voice I chose?
Me not sure you can use that voice.
I think I can now.
Only if it's that one specific depiction.
I think I'm gonna steer clear, if I'm honest.
Eldar, me picked up some lamb. You were working on having stew, and looks like you haven't been eating well.
Well, the bills being what they are.
Of course. Yeah.
I can't take it all off you. I won't eat that much, but maybe
No,
keep some for yourself.
Me already had a big. This is actually a little chunk of the one that I already had.
Okay.
So this for you.
You're a good boy. You know that. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
No. Who would ever say something like that to me?
There are people. Hands you like a little flower, a little pot with a flower in it that just kind of seems to grow and then wither all in the space of like a minute, like a perpetually kind of for the ADHD kind of individual, a plant that you can watch grow and then wither, then grow like a phoenix plant, and hands it over to you. And says, "Been practicing making something for might be a bit more."
This really good. You can sell this for a lot.
Oh, you hold on to it. I haven't perfected it yet.
Okay. Well, me lost the last one you gave me. Me not very good at taking care of the plants.
Well, maybe you dropped it somewhere and they're thriving and growing everywhere.
That the hope.
Yes. Well, I better get back to it.
Bye. I'll be back next week.
I know you will.
Thank you for everything.
Just nods.
And then on my way out the door, I set it back in the window so she can sell it.
Yep. She does not pay attention. Yeah. Beautiful. As you've done many times before.
No.
Yeah.
So I would be probably thinking about going to the stables. I know I've got to inform these people and do everything. Think about heading to the stables and then realizing, no, Eli will have taken a horse and gone out, won't be back for hours. So I'll draft up quick statements, reassignment statements for the house employees, and then head to the kitchen. Enter the kitchen, look up, see a big sign that says "A Clean Legacy," and take off my jacket, hang it up, roll up the sleeves, grab a brush, and just start getting in and deep cleaning until someone wanders in late and drunk.
Doors swing open. Thuna steps in.
Okay, I'm ready to make a meal.
She looks up and sees Jeeves and is like, I'm gonna put in a dagger.
Intern?
Boss.
You look like you have been enjoying yourself. Was this morning's outing to your pleasure?
Krirg said, yes, it was good.
Well, you may be happy to learn that you have been temporarily reassigned. We are going on a journey. We will leave in the morning, and by the looks of it, it's lucky that your duties for this afternoon have been transferred to another, so you can go and get some sleep.
Are you sure? Because I'm real good chopping onions.
Pull out the change of orders. I will hand them over. Order is everything. Go and get some sleep. And luckily, we managed to deliver the cargo undamaged, unharmed, and unseen. And so we have been granted another opportunity to prove our worth and pay off any debt that might be owed to the house.
Geez, I was just thinking about debt on the way in here. Can I bend your ear for a tick?
I look at Percival, I look back, I roll my eyes. Yes.
Well, I ran into somebody from home just some time ago, and I was wondering how long, on average, it is until someone can go home. How long do you have?
Oh, those are two very different questions because some debts are never fully paid. However, on average, and I look to Percival, and
Carry the one.
yeah, like 40, 50 years, something like that should be not a problem.
Drunkenly, she goes,
Oh! Okay, right. That's fair. If the house says it's fair, then it's fair, right?
Well, I would think so. Every case is unique, and perhaps there will be something that you achieve for the house, and you will be even more important, and maybe you can bring your family here or something.
She starts backing slowly out of the room, horrified. Says nothing. Like, just eyes wide, thinking of her parents, like, doing what she's doing, like, how she felt after she let that arrow fly and realized, like, how badly... I guess not injured, how badly murdered that guy was. She's, like, horrified now, and it's, like, not sobering her up, because that's not how emotions work, but it is hitting her severely. And she goes, okay, well, okay, see you in the morning for work again, and then for the next 50 years again.
And she backs out under the "A Clean Legacy" sign. I will grab the brush and start going back and doing everything, and turn to Percival again. Yes. I shall also talk to Krirg later. I know you wanted me to. He has duties. We'll get him reassigned. It will be fine. I'm not good at talking to people, but I did a good job with that one, right? Yes. They... All right, yes, here's a treat.
We cut out to you guys galloping through the streets of Uciar. You see groups of individuals dressed similarly. Color's not a big thing in Uciar. order and control and utility, I guess, is the name of the game. If it's cold, you wear, heavy cloaks. If it's warmer, you wear lighter things. But color and expression through clothing and fashion isn't really a thing here. As you gallop through these streets, you're able to head down and around, possibly actually up into the northern edge of Uciar after a fair kind of ride. You're able to kind of gallop up and just outside the city gates. Again, people recognizing you, guards recognizing you. It's not that you have free reign, but you are respected, at least. And the portcullis to the actual city is opened, and you're able to gallop outside the city wall and onto the beautiful rolling plains that lead up to the Tepico Wilds. And the view here is beautiful. You can see the mountains, the Farcliff Mountains off to the left-hand side as you look north. You can see the wilds up north ahead of you. This rolling kind of grassland that turns to a little bit of swampy kind of foresty that then goes into pure desert plain with a large crevice across the top, then leads to Nevium, the beautiful resplendent city at the top. Too far away for you to spot, but the view as the sun's cresting to the right-hand side is beautiful. And I hand it back to you guys as you trot.
I say these hills look really alive. I feel like if I were to put a sound to it.
Get the sound of music.
Yeah.
So that's what that's like.
Beautiful. When I think about it. 10 out of 10.
Cool. We cut back. So
as we kind of stop, and just at some sort of overlook or whatever, we stop, give the horses a break, and what do you think about what happened this morning?
To go back to talk about the crates, I think it's weird that we don't know what's in them. We weren't given knowledge of that, and I don't like how we have to just be blindly following these leaders and they're not giving us any information. And now, what do you know anything about?
Do you still have choice?
No, but I'm mad that I don't. I'm still so far behind in finding this stone finding the stone and getting back to my people, and I don't know. I just feel very stuck right now.
I don't know how deep you're in. Just don't be me.
I happen to think you're kind of cool, and I don't use that word lightly.
You hope to one day return. How deep are you in? When will you be allowed to do that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I know you've told me before that you know people that might be able to help me. How could I get to these people that you've been telling me about? I don't think this house is getting me where I want to be. I don't think I'm gonna find the answers I'm looking for here.
Free yourself of its service, and I can take care of the rest.
Okay.
The world is vast. We're never more than a flick of a finger away from anywhere.
As you stand in this vast world, the time comes where you've been out there long enough, and you gather it's time for you to head back in.
The air horn is gathering that it's time for you to head back in.
My spine tenses up. I'm like, I want to know more about this later, but I do have to get back on my horse. I start to begrudgingly horseback.
Are you a grumpy gallop?
Even the horse picks up on it.
Yeah.
Sassily.
Yeah.
Are you following me, or do you want me to leave you here?
Oh no, I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Cool.
Follow on in. You gallop on in. You gallop on into the city, back through the streets that are now bustling with people doing work. Certain sections of the city, I don't remember where I read it, which means it's absolutely true. But there are it was from excuse me while I go on a tangent. A student of I can't remember who, but a Russian student was talking about how, I can't remember what city, gives it even more credibility, but they shut off the hot water
to work on the waterline every year during the summer in order to make sure there is never a fault with the line. So there's like a week that every street has their water out, to the point where you would go to a friend's house to shower or to get hot water. Similar things happen here in Uciar, where the streets are stripped of the stone, relaid, the buildings are refronted, the facades redone constantly. There's a constant section of the city that is under construction, and you're able to kind of move through there. Residents of that area are displaced in order for the buildings to be well kept and the upkeep to be done. And as you kind of trot on through, it is more worker force, the odd guard, and this section of the city towards like the northwest is slightly quieter and slightly less looked in on by the house, or at least by the folks that kind of have that McCarthyism kind of dob on your neighbor kind of vibe of like, if someone's disobeying the house, we need to tell someone about it. As you make your way down and through, you make your way back to the enormous estate of the house. You step in through the portcullis, you take the horses back to the stables.
Can I take them for you?
He just looks at you and goes,
I'm so sorry.
and leaves immediately.
Yep.
And you guys are all reunited back at the house, all of you except for... Actually, Krirg, you'd have to return to bring the money. So I'm going to reunite you all in the foyer of the house, or perhaps a room that Jeeves may wish to take you to and describe. I'll allow you to shine the spotlight on where your kind of like I'm in charge area is. If you would like to take everyone in there, and we'll give them their summons.
Sure. Well, there's a room like off of the kitchens in the area. It's sort of like a clean room. There are cleaning implements. It's where everything is stored and stowed. There is a big table for a workshop for things that need to be repaired around the house. That sort of a thing. And there are no chairs, so everyone is standing. As they
Like a Christopher Nolan set.
And I assume everyone has been delivered their reassignment orders as someone comes in to take guard duty or whatever. They realize the summons was like not quite for guard duty. It was because you're getting a reassignment paper, and Krirg comes in, drops off his
cash, yeah.
Yes, and
the collector.
He drops off the house's cash.
The house's cash. My apologies.
Gets his reassignment paper, and there is a request for Admiral Eliah to come down and see the Butler pantry just before dinner time. And on this big table that normally is reserved for cleaning, repairing, that sort of thing, is the evening's meal laid out, as a big family meal for the group beforehand. And welcome everyone in.
Krirg's got dried mud on his boots, and he's just like kind of knocking it off with the bottom of his axe. Like, he's got like little ADHD fidget. Like he's just like trying to get it off.
Percival immediately like waddles to you and like bumps you.
And I'm sitting there twitching, but trying to ignore it. Just leave it for now.
Me doing it, like keeping eye contact with you. Like I know you hate this. You know I know you hate this.
Seeing the tension mount, I just wiggle my finger and press to digitate over in that direction.
I'm standing in tree pose. I'm just trying to prove something.
I think I'm just like by the door. I'm not hungover. I rolled for it, so I'm standing there and I'm just like, I really messed up today. A lot happened. A little quieter than usual. She's usually very upbeat, but is like very solemn now. I think what James said earlier about like you're here forever, and also your family could be here forever. I'm like, so she's just like standing there, ready to go.
Yeah, doom and gloom.
So please, everyone, join us for a meal. House employees, you should have received your reassignment paperwork. Admiral, we have a sea mission ahead of us, and we would request the aid of one such as yourself to be able to guide us along these matters. It is a matter of utmost importance to the house, and it is not a thing where we will try and fool you and drop hints of Eleanor or anything like that. We just request that you assist us in this matter.
All right. Where are we headed?
So there's the island, and I'm sure you are familiar with it, where we have set up an outpost. There was quite a bit of tension, and I'll roll out the map and point out where we are headed, and explain that we had priests there that have gone missing, and there are goods there as well. The main mission, objective number 1, retrieve the goods like we did earlier today, without looking at their contents. Krirg, it was explicitly stated in the instructions this time not to look at the content.
Of course, we're not gonna look at contents unless we worried that they may be broken. We going right here to Manet. Probably everyone mad that we stealing all of their stuff that they had there for millions and millions of years.
I don't know what you're talking about. Colonialism is valid and absolutely fine. I'm joking.
Clip that.
As you point at Manet, you barely hear anything anyone's saying. And there is a flash of storm and ocean and wave, the cracking of timber, the crackle of lightning, the swirling of water, and then just that underwater silence and the beating of your heart. And that's what brings you back to the room. The ringing in your ears subsiding and the blood in your ears.
And they probably right for being mad because they had it in first place. All people just want to hold on to the thing that they have, but they're gonna be a fight. That's why they asked me to come along.
There may be some, I do not wish to deceive anyone. There may be some fighting. We are going to go on an ocean voyage to get there, and while I'm told that there will be no interference like that large ship with the cannons we saw this morning, Galleon, was it called?
Yes.
Yes.
Galleon.
Yes, there will be no galleons firing their cannons at us. I think that is overestimating the safety of the journey.
They send me out on missions for talking.
No, well, they should send you out on missions for drinking, but we have had precious few of those lately, so...
Yeah, but let me know when they come in, okay?
Yes, you are first on the list.
You've been waiting on one forever.
And he pulls out a flask.
You're asking me to sail you to Manet.
To guide us there, yes. We will be part of the crew and be part of the crew that goes in and does the retrieval. And then hopefully aid us in sailing back with our recovered goods. There is another objective. We are trying to find out what happened to our people that were there and make sure that the residents of the island are not upset at any activities that have probably been incurred by a third party. They are probably not upset at the things we have been doing. It's about a third party.
Sounds right.
Now, how's the food?
As you tuck in, clinking of cutlery on crockery, you devour your meals and get ready for the evening. You keep an eye out, and that Dwegar has come back in. He's kind of trotted past. As he trots past, he comes in and takes part of a plate. He goes, "Hey, thank you there, Chiefs," and kind of takes his food and starts to walk off there. As he starts to walk off, you would hear the sound of footsteps coming in through the front door, and you would see Lily Scrike has walked in and gives you a nod, Jeeves, and she heads straight for the big staircase, heading up top there.
I'm just slowly turning my head.
Very
Ever so
chill.
slightly. No one notices.
So they're going different ways?
Yes, I'll say with your passive insight, which is ridiculously good.
Thank you.
She wasn't a compliment, it's a gripe.
Double thank you.
Double thank you and fuck you. She looks
worried. He looks hurried. Like whatever he's doing needs to go quicker, and she looks like she's about to get in trouble, or she's worried about being chewed out.
And the big staircase up, we don't know who's up there because we're not allowed up there.
You've not been up there. You have.
Oh, then I'm definitely not allowed up
You
there.
have as well, maybe once.
Is it possible for me to excuse myself and say I think I am having hangings over, and I think I need more rest. But I'll be there bright and early.
I just go and see if I can temperature.
Yeah.
See, make sure that that.
I'm not sick. I think it's my first time drinking. That's all.
Krirg, sorry. He take out a couple of eggs, puts them in a
No.
tankard with the beer.
Nope. Krirg, you can have
Grabs
that.
a bit of a chicken wing, takes the bone out, stirs
My
it with the
special
bone.
recipe.
Say, here, drink this. If it
She's
hangover,
gonna
you
sip
got
it. She's gonna sip it to appease him. She really likes Krirg.
And this, I just want to be. This isn't like a bit. Like this is. Krirg knows 100% for sure this will cure a hangover.
Yep. I'm only pretending to be hungover.
Yeah.
So I take a sip and I hand it back. And I'm like,
I still think I need to rest. So I will see everyone in the morning. Thanks.
All right,
for
take this
everything
with
today.
you. Make sure to drink all of it.
boy.
You got to drink all of it one gulp,
for
okay?
me. And it's like a Krirg size
Yeah.
sign. So it's just like,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No.
It's
Feel
just,
better.
Leave the room and immediately set it down on the side.
I think she's gonna go invisible and follow Del.
Follow down with the...
Yeah, Del.
I wouldn't risk my life going up those stairs yet. So yeah.
So, I would like to know from each of you how you bed down. What is your morning bedtime ritual as you take your sleep in your quarters here and quarters that have been provided for you here, a guest room, if you will, and then we'll come to you. How are we all bedding down before we take a long rest and wake up in the morning to sail to Monet?
First, the Admiral, after hearing the request, was very quiet and did not eat, kind of in his own head. I will, however, take a plate back to my room with me. And as I walk out the door, I'll look to Jeeves. It's the one place that I cannot sail. Tell them I'm done. I will see you in the morning. And I will get you there. But tell
You're sending
them
me mixed
after-
signals.
After that, I'm done.
Oh. I will. File your report.
I will see you there safely. And I will take the plate and head up to my room. As I do, I'll probably eat a little bit of it, not a whole lot. And then just pace back and forth in front of the window, weighing debts on a scale and trying to decide if I should flee in the middle of the night. Ultimately making the decision that my statement to Jeeves was sufficient, convincing myself it was the right decision. I lay down in bed and just stare up at the ceiling, probably for hours.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, I mean, once that plate is gone, once the other messes are left and dealt with, and if you eat anything at all, I will have a full plate to distribute to someone else that may be hungry or looking for food, whether inside the house or not. Clean up the rest of the area.
Krirg stays and tries to help clean
Aw.
until
Tries.
eventually gets dismissed because he's making it worse. Than...
Yes. You need your sleep. Please go. We have this in hand.
No, yeah, me can take care of the dishes though. Me can do that part real easy.
No, it's fine. Please.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, but this
quite
counts.
Sure. It counts for whatever it needs to count for.
Okay.
Yes. Good night.
You owe me, and then I head out.
Okay. And Percival is sitting there as we clean up. Percival is sitting there trying to imitate. Was it Tripos? Tripos
Yeah.
from the. He is trying to imitate Tripos, and
I say your form is not correct. I need to show you how to do it correctly. No, you put the leg. You want to keep it above your penguin knee because you don't want to injure yourself. You have so much to learn. I go into Warrior 2, and then I find my way back to like a normal pose, and then I just walk out. I'm over it.
And we there's really no sleep for Jeeves. It is for meditation, and I spend that cleaning. Right, I find that very meditative as we are cleaning with the brush, and I continue that for 6 or 7 hours until everyone else is ready.
You head off to bed as well.
Well, because I have a night guard shift.
Oh yes.
So I've got like a little like pre-nap, if you will.
Yeah.
So I like go to my little quarters. I've got this like rusty twin bed. And I like curl up into like a semicircle because I'm used to sleeping around a stone, and I still find that position very comforting. So I take one of the pillows and like stick it in the middle and like kind of treat it, pretend it's like the stone. This like little semicircle. But it's comforting. And I just I give myself like probably 2 to 3 hours before I get up, before I know I'm gonna have to get up for a night shift.
Excellent. And Krirg?
Krirg heads home to the smallest room you can imagine. That all there is in the room is a bedroll. As soon as he gets there, he moves the bedroll, opens up a hidden plank in the floor, takes out a chest, opens it up, and puts some of the extra money that he made from working gigs today into that chest. Then he pulls out his ledger of who he believes owes what and when he thinks they're going to be going short on payments. And he starts parsing out whatever money, gold, silver, copper that's in this chest, so he can do his best to anticipate who's going to need what coming up. Takes him a really, really long time.
Yeah.
Math and accounting is not his strong suit, and he does that until he feels that he's gotten as far as he could with it. Closes up the box, sticks it back under the floor panel, lays out his bedroll, and goes to bed.
Yeah. One of the accounts being the Greenleaf Herbalist. Aladara, you haven't told her that the price has gone up since her son hasn't been around to do it anymore, since he had his limbs broken. And you've been footing that price increase for a little while now, and that's the one you get to right at the end, and you kind of like, okay, I need to sit down and lie down. And you lie down, fall asleep. You turn invisible, make a stealth check with advantage for me.
Here we go and stuff. Advantage, it's an 18 plus 13.
For a 31.
Oh my.
Excellent. You creep.
It sounded like an insult, not a statement. Creep.
You creep.
That's her verb.
If you ever say to someone, what power would you pick in real life, and they say invisibility, they're a fucking creep.
Yeah, I mean,
They're a creep.
Or they've got anxiety.
like stop perceiving.
No, I feel like an asshole.
Oh, you
No,
creep.
I'm an asshole. Damn it. You creep down and follow the artificer down the stairs, down a set of stairs that lead to a subterranean area, and then leads off to the side. An area that you've been before, but you're not overly familiar with. A almost like an R&D department underground with a ramp that seems to head up on either side to these huge trapdoors that open up into the Uciar city streets. As you step on in, he clicks his fingers and sconce lights light up around this warehouse laboratory-like area.
Wait, does he do it twice like the cloud?
He does it twice and it turns off and he goes, shit. And then they're blinking while they're in like Bluetooth mode. And then he goes,
through settings.
and then they set, they're blue for some reason and he goes, and then they go red and then green and then they go to like a warm white. And as they're set, thank you, yes, exactly. As he's there, you would see workbenches full of tools and things. You would see what look to be large bits of timber that have been kind of cut to length and then coated with some sort of metallic like paint, like a lead coating of sorts. And you would see in the center of the room an enormous carriage. Wooden wheels, this wooden metallic boarding around it, gold trim. You would see it has a funnel out the top, and you would see that through the windows, a chained up back door, but through the windows, the silver, gold trim with like silver windows, there is a flickering glow of blue that doesn't seem to be able to hold. And he just kind of rubs his hands together and says, all right, maybe today. And as you stand there, that is where we're going to leave that episode. Thank you for watching, and remember that hit points are not required to have a good time.